It's getting harder way Southern T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. I see I still got 5 people, you know what I mean, over on the other side. I need the 5 people over on the other side to click that link that I got dropped in the chat, and y'all meet us over here on this side, waiting on brother A1 to slide on up here, and then we go get started. You know what I mean? We here for the NBA talk. You know what I mean? Myself, brother A1. Tonight we talking about the Nets, the Suns, and the Celtics. Are they contenders? Are they the real deal, or are they fakers? You know what I mean? We cashing and we passing on the Nets, Suns, and Celtics, and also we go talk about the Golden State Warriors and are they experiencing, the classic NBA championship hangover? Yeah, you go. There
He
you go.
got smacked.
Bet.
What's good with it, brother?
Yeah. What's the Laker update? What the game looking like? I'm getting
Man, Lakers. What is this? They lost by 14. Pistons are beating the Heat by 19.
yeah.
Oh my god, man, what is going on?
The Pistons
Man,
are beating the Heat by 19.
by 19. 2 minutes
Uh,
left in the fourth. Or actually, hold on, let's scratch that. It's 112 to 93. 112 to 93, man. I don't
Pistons.
know
It's crazy.
what. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just laughing, like, bro. Oh my goodness, what is going on? But this Pistons team, though, like, I've been saying it, and what is it? Bogdanovich is out. He had 31 points on him. I keep saying this team is gritty. They don't give up, man. They keep fighting the whole game. They do not go in and lay down for anybody. I keep saying that, and times when I pick them to win, they've won a couple of them, but the other times, man, they didn't got whooped on the other times. But that's crazy. I did
Now
not
here you
expect
go.
that.
Ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse to be getting drilled like that. You know what I mean? By the goddamn Pistons. Now I took the Pistons to win. You know what I mean? With some points, but I damn sure ain't think they would. I took the Pistons, to lose by some points, but I damn sure I think they was gonna win by 17. I took them not to lose by 17. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they didn't went the complete opposite way on there. And the Lakers ended up losing by 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. They kept that game, kind of tight for a minute. What's up with AD? Did you hear about what happened to AD?
Yeah, he went on with like flu type symptoms or some kind of illness or something.
What is
Not
up? What is up with all these, non-COVID related illness and flu type symptoms and shit? COVID just went away all of a sudden, huh?
man, it must have, but I'm gonna say this though. If you suited up for the game and you started playing, you should be able to make it through the rest of the game. Only thing them things do, man, is they have you groggy and a little out of you don't feel like yourself, but you coherent of what you capable of knowing what to do though. Only thing you need is fluids. Because I didn't play it in a situation like that where I was sick with something, but it just made me feel off, you know what I mean? But that ain't the
What's
only
good?
way only thing that'll impact you on is like, say for example, like your offensive end, your flow with certain things. So all you do is you just change up how you playing. You go to the block. I mean, that way you can take your time, whatever you're doing, or at least on a defensive end, understanding like defensive assignments and stuff like that. But for him, that should have been an easy thing where it's like, oh, I don't feel good, but I can play through this. It's cool. Like I should be able to push through this kind of thing, man. And I think that's where a lot of people get on AD is the fact that any slight thing, oh, I'm out, I'm out. Like I don't know,
So
man.
you think he should have played?
I think he should have played. I mean, it's an illness. It ain't like you out there about to faint or anything like that. It's just when the majority of the time you get sick, you either gonna, what I'm saying, it's gonna come out of one of the two ends, right? And the case and situation, remember, if he started the game and he was playing, like I didn't get to watch it. I had to go back and look at it. I just had to see how he's playing. If he's out there running like usual, jumping. I mean, I heard D Free say he didn't score a point, or but he got to the foul line or some of that nature. Either way, if you're able to get out there and do that a little bit, then you should be able to kind of be in and out of the game where it's either you got to go get fluids or run to the back or throw up and stuff like that. Like you should be able to power through something like that.
Yeah, I knew once I saw AD was out. You know what I mean? What time it was? They kept it close. They kept it pretty close. Who the hell is right? He said AD. He said AD wants to leave an impression. You can't win without me. Or you get that from right? You think AD faked the injury tonight to prove a point to who that they can't win without him? Who did he try to prove a point to?
Oh, I was responding. I thought you was finna cook
Yeah,
on it. I was responding to him in the chat. Cause I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's AD. That's not his mentality. He ain't got to prove that point. They already know they can't win without him. They know they can't win no chip. They can't make the playoffs and none of that.
I'm moving around. I'm still there. I'm settling now. I'm moving around now.
No, you good. I was just saying, yeah, the Lakers already know that, bro. Like the whole entire league know if AD go down, that pretty much derail any kind of playoff run they hoping to have or any of that.
Everything.
Because he the equalizer. Well, we saw it. He been on his tear for the last, what was it, 9 or 10 games, whatnot. You got to see the numbers he was putting up, but it's also the impact he had on that team from a confidence standpoint. When he was in the game, you could see how confident they were playing. When he out of the game, they kind of look a little shaky, a little different. I mean, you still got Bron out there to play with him, but Bron AD is two different impacts on the game. You know what I mean? You go into the hole, Bron might challenge you, but AD gonna throw your stuff. So it's a big difference.
Yep. Yep. Facts.
And that's earlier why y'all was talking about Dwight. That's why I was like, the Lakers are dumb. If he was only asked for $500K, they should have easily gave him because the veteran minimum is like over $1 million as it is anyway.
He wasn't asking for 5. He was asking for $2 million.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was asking for more than the veteran minimum. He played on the veteran minimum the first year. And he was like, I won the championship. You know what I mean? I did my thing. I did whatever y'all asked me to. I think I deserve at least, $2 million. He said they weren't willing to give him the $2 million. So, he decided to move on.
Yeah, they should have gave it to him because it's like what the energy, the impact, what he bring. You got to back up. I mean, the veteran minimum, what is it? With a contract for an NBA player with 10 years or more is like 2.6. They could have gave him that $2 million, man. Because if AD goes down, right, or even if he goes out, or if you're playing against a team that has a load of bigs, what other big do we have on this team? Gabriel, he's gonna get bounced around like a little ping pong. Bryant, I mean, he's going to get in foul trouble because that seems like that's the situation. When he plays heavy minutes or anything like that, he gets in foul trouble. And then next up after that, you got to go to LeBron. You can't have LeBron banging with Yuka Nurkic or Lopez or one of the other big guys that's in the league and expecting to still contribute on the offensive end too.
Yeah,
like that's
what I was about to say.
That's asking for the impossible. So it's like, man,
you need LeBron and AD both healthy in order for that team, to win the ship. Because, right, the ultimate goal for them, ain't just to make the playoffs, right? They could make the playoffs, you know what I mean, without LeBron, right? But in order to reach the ultimate, task, the ultimate goal, you need LeBron and you need AD and you need Russell Westbrook and you need all them on the court, you know what I mean, playing to the best of their ability because there's a lot of young people on this squad. So you're going to need them there, you know what I mean, doing their part. So, yeah, you could win a couple games, without LeBron. You could win a lot of games probably, right? I ain't going to say a lot, right? You can win some games without LeBron, right? You could win some games without AD, right, depending on the team. But you can't win a series without either of those players. You know what I mean? If you, yeah, like, But yeah, I I basically asked this. I expected that was hanging around that game a lot longer than I expected them to. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
asked, what was the score? You know what I mean on that jump.
Yeah, no, I did like I said, I didn't even get to see it, but I know that they keep it semi close on. But like I said, AD is that difference maker when it like the teams having the scheme for it and everything. He the one that literally can kind of dictate or determine which way the gauntlet gonna sway, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I just need him to stay healthy, man. That's the only thing. But like I said, the impact of Dwight it'd be a big difference, man. I think the Lakers that's gonna come back to bite them because there ain't no other big out there that can play, on the defensive end or kind of give that kind of energy and effort that he does, you know, on a day, on a day in and day out basis. I don't think there's any of them out there, and I think it's a mistake personally. But yeah, we need AD to stay healthy. You need Brown to stay healthy. We need Russ to keep that same energy he bringing to the table and acceptance of his role because I think he's gonna get 6 man of the year if he make it through the whole year. If they make the playoffs or not, I think that the change between his numbers is drastic all the way across the board. So they stay healthy. Yeah, I think he's gonna win 6 man of the year easily.
Yeah. Is what was the other what we
Oh yeah,
I
we was talking about the Nets, the Warriors, Celtics, and Suns, man. Like it's I don't know if they can. I've been thinking about them all day, man. I'm like, hey, we got to cook on this because we
so
got to know if they pretenders or if they winners or if they pretenders, man.
let's pull up what team we gonna start with. What team we gonna start with?
Oh, we can start at the hot topic. We'll go with the Nets, man, since they was eviscerated in this whole situation over the last few weeks. And then they destroyed my man Kyrie.
Bet. So let me get they stats up. Let me get the
Yeah, so
next stats.
it's funny. They like I said, they was getting eviscerated, but now they 13-12, sitting in currently in the sixth seed though.
Yeah, Nets 13-12, second in the Atlantic division. That's why. That's why they played the home. I wouldn't have thought they was second in the I wouldn't have thought they was second in the division. You know what I mean? But let's
Mm-hmm.
see what they did. 13 and
So
12, 8 and 5 at home. So they play better at home than on the way. Wait, this what 5 losses at home, 7 losses on the road.
mm-hmm.
10-12. They lost the last game to Boston, but shit, everybody lose to Boston, right? They beat Toronto, beat Washington, beat Orlando, beat Portland.
So they
Yeah,
went on a
they started off kind of rough. They didn't put together a nice little streak, you know what I mean? Over the course of the last 5 days, 5-1. All right, let's see what they looking like on their last 10. All right, so 5-1. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in their last 10, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They 7-3 in their last 10. So the Nets have put together, a nice little streak. And Ben Simmons has been out, like 2 of these games,
mm-hmm.
for sure. But they started the streak with Ben Simmons. Right. I kind of feel like they started to actually turn around when he came back. You know what I mean? Type deal. But he been out the last couple and they continue to put the win streak together. I said with them right earlier, I did we did I did a Southern T on them. I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they should probably take Ben Simmons off the ball a little bit and let Kyrie handle the ball a little more. They didn't they didn't do that necessarily, right? It kind of just like worked itself out. Like when you got the players right, when you got good players, things kind of just worked itself out. I was saying even then, really, it was all about Ben Simmons playing better, right? And Ben
Mm-hmm.
Simmons, he just did. He started to play better. he was playing like 30 minutes, averaging 6 points. You know what I mean? He done upped his points up to over double digits over the last 10 games. You know what I mean? So pretty much he just had to play better, and I think him playing better, got their team looking a lot better. So the me taking it into consideration, right, that they won, with Ben Simmons, they have continued to win without Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? I would probably, I thought this team was dead in the water. Maybe the firing of Steve Nash, right, is what lit a fire under them, because that's really pretty much the only difference, right, from then and now. Ben Simmons is playing better, right, and Steve Nash is gone. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the only difference, with this team. I would say, shit, given the fact that they won with Ben, they won without Ben, right? They have looked better since Steve Kerr has been away from the team, right? So I'm gonna say that these guys are, I'm a pass. I mean, I'm a cash. I'm gonna go cash on the Nets, right? If we cashing out or we cashing on the Nets, I'm gonna go cash on the Nets. I'm cashing in on the Nets. I believe that they're real. I believe, the cream will always rise to the top. You know what I mean? If y'all heard that saying before, the cream will always rise to the top. And I think the Nets right now are rising to the top. I think they playing, some good ball. So I'm all in on the Nets, man. I think the Nets, are a good team. I'm cashing in on them. I'm not passing on them. I'm cashing in on them. I think they're legit.
Yeah, I think it's funny the energy didn't change. Remember how before, man, all you heard in the news was Nets this, Nets that, Nets this, Kyrie this, Ben Simmons that, KD that.
Yeah,
All you was hearing all this negative energy, right? You haven't heard nothing since they got above 500. You haven't heard one word. The media and went completely silent on it. Why? Because it's not, nobody loves the story of when a team is riding the ship.
facts.
All they want is that drama and clickbait, like tabloid type things, man. And I think that's why I wanted to talk about it. I was looking at the Nets and looking at the energy in the media, bro. It's like that. It's like, where y'all at? I'm not hearing nobody saying nothing anymore about it. I'm not hearing a word about it. They wanted to eviscerate this team from the jump and all that. Yeah, I said it before that even when Steve Nash first signed to be a coach, I was like, it's not gonna be a good fit because you got two players that's either one rings or won a ring or won multiple rings. Then on top of it, you got a coach that's like in a situation where he don't have that demanding kind of personality where he gonna tell this
Yeah,
team what they can do or what not to do or
passive.
dealing with personality like that. That's something that they not gonna respect, and you can see that firsthand. Um, so when it come to them, you know what I mean. Like, and I felt bad for Kyrie in his whole situation at that, but that's a whole nother thing, man. I wanna jump on too, but it's just crazy to me. Like I said, they're not keeping the same energy. They don't want to get his team. They just do. They don't want to talk about the fact that when this team is healthy, they one of the most elite teams in the NBA. That's the only
Right.
thing is the key word is healthy. Why Ben Simmons in and out. KD's been healthy for the most part. Obviously, Kyrie's situation and being suspended and stuff like that. So they still haven't even been able to get their feet completely wet in the water yet, and kind of show what they can really do. As far as Ben Simmons coming off the ball, I think I got to disagree with that a little bit, just because if he off the ball, he either got to be in a dunker spot or he literally ain't
Not yet.
ain't really.
I would say he
Sir.
either need to come off the ball or play better on the ball.
Hmm.
I would say you
Yeah.
can't be in the game 30 minutes averaging 6 points. That's
Nah,
just not
hell
gonna
no.
work. You know what I mean? But
Nah.
he been playing better, so you know 36 minutes being a starting point guard. Like that's a recipe for disaster.
No,
Like
that's
yeah,
a
but no
fact.
doubt. He either had to, play better, you know what I mean?
No, that's
But yeah.
that's a fact.
I
And
mean
so no, you
cut
good.
you out though.
And you see, you right though, because what did he start doing? He started picking his game up and playing better. And so what they started doing, they started winning. They need him to be aggressive. They need him to push their tempo. They need him to, because he literally they Magic Johnson. Kyrie is Kobe. Let's be honest about it. Kyrie is Kobe. He want to go out there and put on the show or put up buckets. We know what KD is. KD is a 7 foot efficient. walking bucket, man. We know exactly what KD is, so we know what to expect. We know we're gonna get out of KD. We know his game, but from the standpoint of the rest of the
Yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, you got cake from the standpoint of the rest of the team, man.
but yeah,
They need Ben Simmons. He's a wild card, but as far
yeah.
as
I would
the
say he either got to get off the rock or he got to
mhm.
play better, on the ball because he play a lot of minutes and he can't be playing like 36 minutes, averaging 6 points and shit, being a starting point guard in the NBA. Like this a recipe for disaster. But he it's like as soon as it's like we had made the video where we challenged LA, we challenged the Nets type deal. And as soon as we put that video out, I dropped the video. It's like the Nets and the Lakers turned that shit right around. Like
Mhm.
like simultaneously after I dropped that, John, they both went on these runs 7-2 and 8-2. I mean
Yep.
7-3 and 8-3. Now 7-3 and 7-3. You know what I mean? So both went on major runs. LA was in their game tonight. You know what I mean? Even without AD for a while, right? So I think um I think the Nets are right where they supposed to be. You know what I mean? Finding their rhythm, finding their way. You know what I mean? And Ben Simmons is out right now. You know what I mean? When he was in, they was winning. Right? They found a way to win without him. When Kyrie was down, they were still winning. Right? So this team is finding ways to, string together wins, whether they missing Ben or whether they missing Kyrie. So I think right, the common denominator there, right, is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has been there, has been healthy from, what I mean, the beginning. So I think it's clear that he's the pillar of this team, but like you were saying, Ben is the X factor on this team. If Ben Simmons is playing good, like we was talking about the Lakers earlier, right? And how AD is playing great right now, but their team still gonna need LeBron if they want to win the championship. KD,
Mhm.
KD and Kyrie, they could play as good as they want to play, right? And they could make the playoffs too. But if they go win the ring, if they go win the championship, Ben Simmons is going to have to produce, you know what I mean, on that team for them to reach, their ultimate goal, ultimately where they want to be. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they could string together some wins without him, but they gonna need him, on the court, and they gonna need him there consistently for them to be considered, a championship level threat or a threat to Boston, right? Because that's what it's looking like, right? Boston's go determine who coming out of the East. Not to jump the gun though, you know what I mean? But yeah.
No, that's the ultimate difference maker, man. No, you hit the nail right on the head, bro. I'm telling you, he literally is they X factor as far as what this team can do, how far they can go. Because, like I said, you know what you're getting out of a Fisher 7-footer in KD, and then you know what you're gonna get out of Kyrie. You know, it's the only wild card they have. They don't know what they're gonna get is Ben Simmons, and that's the thing that they need consistency, and they need him to step up and play like how he's shown flashes that he can play. They need him to do that consistently, and he just for some odd reason, man, can't lock in. From a mental standpoint, can't lock in and just stick to it. It's something that ain't clicking, where he ain't able to kind of keep that same energy type situation. But as far as cash or pass, I think I'm gonna cash in on them as well. I think just alone again with the talent of Katie and Kyrie there, it should be able to carry them somewhere. But then you got Seth, and then you got Joe Harris, and you got Yuta. You know what I'm saying? They lefty that came up out of nowhere as far as knocking down threes. They was using them mainly on the defensive end. And then obviously, you know what I'm saying, he started knocking out threes and came a 3-and-D guy for them almost overnight. And so they finding, you know what I'm saying, they finding gold when they ain't even looking for it. And so that's the point where they got to definitely make sure they take advantage of the situation that's available to them to do it. So that's the whole thing with that part, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cash in on them too.
So what's good? Trey said the Nets are not contenders. Baby food. You stop it. What what is all right, so what is a contender to you? So you don't think the Nets could be you don't think the Nets are, one of the best teams in the East? You don't think they top two teams in the East? You know what I mean? See, that's the beauty about YouTube, you know what I mean, basketball talk. You can always state your opinion and be heard. You know what I mean? About TSPN, not ESPN. You can always state your opinion, Bill. You say you know they not. So who you got coming out the West? If you don't feel like the Nets are contenders, who you got coming out the West?
East.
Yeah, out the East. My bad. He said, "I know they not top two." You said they contenders, so you don't. So what? Who you got? Who your top five teams coming out the East? If they ain't contenders, see y'all be talking that stuff, man. But y'all, you can't name me four teams you will pick in a series that beat them 7 times. I can't name you four teams who I think beat them 7 times. Maybe two. Maybe two. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it's gonna be hard beating that team, you know what I mean, in the series. If everybody, you know, on the money, if everybody hitting on, if everybody on their game, it's gonna be hard to beat that team. You know what I mean? 4 times, not 7 times. It's gonna be hard. Gonna be hard to beat that team 4 times. Or you know what I mean in the series. You gotta think about it like this. They've been winning with Kyrie, without Kyrie. They've been winning with Ben Simmons, without Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? In the times that they played together on the court, you know what I mean? They've been winning as well. They didn't. That team got the players where they win multiple ways. You know what I mean? They could win. They could win. You know, with Durant going for 40 today, they can win with Kyrie going for 40 one day. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons can come out and put up, a goddamn triple double. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a hard press, right? Where you find a day where Kevin Durant, Kyrie, were both guys, are off their game. I think that's a dangerous team if they hitting on when they hitting on all cylinders. Trap said Bucks in Boston, best two healthy. Cavs in Toronto. After them, in in a 4-game series, I don't think Toronto can compete with them. And the Cavs, they have yet to put it together in the series. The Cavs are a young team, right? This the regular season. I can't necessarily, you know, say that they beat the Nets in the series because I ain't really sure about it. I most definitely tell you right now the Raptors don't. The Raptors don't beat them in the series. You know what I mean? The Cavs, to be seen. You know what I mean? But that's a young team as well. They ain't have their Cavs team even made the playoffs yet together.
Nah, but I
They
was gonna chime in right with you. I was gonna ask Trap. I mean, if you take the Celtics away and the Bucks, obviously the Celtics swept them and the Bucks beat them as well, but they didn't sweep them. It was a hard fought series. What other teams do you seriously give consideration to? Because them two teams, Celtics went to the finals, and obviously the Bucks when they played, man, they made their way as well. So, like, what two teams you think the Cavs and the Raptors, who ain't got past that point, gonna be able to beat this team?
I most definitely don't think so. I think the Cavs got a shot, right? The Cavs one of those teams that you gonna have to, watch out for. Right. We think, right, they gotta finish the deal because they started like this last year as well. You know what I mean? The Cavs started off, dangerous. So did the Raptors. But I think the Raptors offensively, the Raptors struggles offensively, I think is their biggest problem. I think it's the Raptors struggle offensively to put the ball in the hoop. They could they could they could lock up with the best of them, but sometimes the lid on their rim is real tight for them. Now Van Vliet, he been out, he been in and out of the lineup, right? So, maybe that got something to do with the inconsistent scoring. When you lose your point guard, of course, it's gonna affect you. But I don't the Raptors they're not consistent enough on offense yet for me to, put my to be a believer of them, just yet for me to be sold on the Raptors.
I can say I'm semi sold on the Raptors just because of the standpoint that I have watched some of their games and I understand that roster they have and how they play. They definitely can compete with anybody on any given night. It's just a situation of putting that together for a series because just like they get the opportunity to scheme, defensively scheme for teams and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The teams are going to get that same opportunity against that team, so they'll be able to focus in on who they going to force to try and beat them and stuff like that.
I
But
bet
the
you,
net,
I bet you the Cavs don't come out the East trap.
I
You
was,
can
I
bet that.
was with the
You
Nets,
know,
it's tough because you got two players that you have to scheme for, and then on top of that, you have some others on that team that can get hot shooting. Or you got, like I said, you got a wild card in Ben Simmons where you really don't know what you're gonna get. And if his head is on right, then you can get a player that's gonna be out there that's gonna be wreaking havoc on both ends of the court. So there's a lot to deal with when you're thinking of the Nets team. Again, all healthy and all in the right state of mind. That's a lot to ask for, having them healthy, right state of mind, and things like that. But the Raptors, they come out and they compete, regardless of the fact of who playing or who not or where they at or any of that. The Raptors keep the same consistent energy. It's just unfortunate they've been literally or littered with injuries. You know what I mean? Fred VanVleet, Siakam, Scott, Barnes, all those guys like all these guys, man, they've had multiple players out like often, you know what I mean? So like they haven't been able to
like
consistently play and stuff. But again, if they played in the series just like how they'd have the opportunity to scheme, the Nets are that opportunity to scheme and make somebody on that team beat them besides Fred VanVleet and besides Siakam, and they don't have nobody on that team that they can have as a number one scorer outside of them two that can consistently do it for a series. I don't believe so.
man, I feel like with the Raptors, man, we've been here before. I feel like we've seen this before. I feel like it's always the same thing, you know what I mean, with the Raptors. They're a team, right? Like you said, on any given night, they can compete with anybody. But it's like when they get to the big games, when they get in the playoff series, they always get exposed. And it's always the same things that they get exposed with. They lack of scoring. You know what I mean? On top of, this year them being injured, you know what I mean? Uh the same problems. Now maybe, with a healthy team, that fix itself, but even that 1 year that Toronto won, right? They rely heavily on Kawhi Leonard for scoring. It's like this Toronto. It's like I feel like I've seen it before. I feel like we've been here before. I feel like this Toronto team is going to be, 4, 5, 6 seed. They go get to the playoffs and they go get beat. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's nothing new. I feel like same old Toronto. I feel like it's same old Toronto, different day. You know what I mean with them. Now the Cavaliers, I think got a higher upside than Toronto. To be perfectly honest with you. To be perfectly honest with you, because
Hmm.
again, Toronto got defense right. They could come out and they could defend with anybody, but some games they just can't put their ball in the hoop. And I don't trust them enough offensively to put them over the Nets. In the series, I think the Nets beat them. I think they may get a game off the Nets. They
Oh,
may get
they gonna get two. I'll give
yeah,
them two.
or two. They may get a game or two off the Nets. You know what I mean? But they gonna need Fred VanVleet and they full team, they roster to do that. Either they not coming out, yeah, but they 100% beat the Nets. They can score with anybody and defensively. They can't score with anybody, man. They cannot score. They cannot score with anybody, bro. If they could score with anybody, man, nah. Maybe a healthy, right? A healthy team. Gary Trent been hurt. Uh, Van Vliet been hurt. Siakam been hurt. Maybe with a healthy team, maybe 100% on their best day, maybe in the series, maybe. But with what they put out there, he said, I'm not talking about the Raptors.
Even if you're talking about the Cavs, is almost,
Oh,
I wouldn't say almost the same situation because this Cavs team definitely with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell and Levert can definitely put up some points with them, but at the same time,
the Cavs team is better than the Raptors team to me. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
no, I agree with that. I agree with that completely. I was gonna say that because that Cavs team definitely has the ability to be able to definitely get the Nets out of there because they match up well against them. The only thing is the that both teams can do to one another what the other one can do. It's just a matter of who can really implement it the most and consistently stick to it, efficiently scoring. I would say, and I think that from a player personnel standpoint, I think the Nets might have a slight edge when it comes to that, just because KD is almost two people's worth of scoring on his own. So you can put him up as far as from a scoring perspective against Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland. But then you got throw Kyrie in that exact same mix. You know what I mean? Like who, from a scoring standpoint, gonna be able to keep up with them? But then you throw in the others on the Cavs, and it's like, yeah, they got a nice little team, but at the same time, you got Seth Curry, you got Joe Harris, you got, what I'm saying, again, another Ben Simmons being that X factor is like, what you gonna get out of him? Who can deal with what they gonna be bringing? I know obviously Karis LeVert, what I'm saying, is with the Cavs, but I think when it come down to it, it's a playoff situation. I think that the Nets are more battle tested. They have two veterans that's done been there many a years and won chips off of it too. So they gonna know what type of energy to bring. They gonna know what type of leadership they need to put out there to get past the team. Yeah, we understand they got swept by the Celtics and they got beat by the Bucks, but again, both of those teams went on to advance deep into the playoffs. One making the finals, and I can't remember if the Bucks won the chip that year or not when they put out the Nets as well, and that tough series they had. I think they did, a matter of fact, because yeah, I think they did. I think they did win the chip that year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like they've lost to people that's either made it to the finals or they won a championship. And that's like, if you're gonna lose somebody, you rather lose somebody on their way to the finals or the championship. So then that way it doesn't seem for not, because they got beat by the better team. Yeah, I understand he keeps saying that they don't defend, but you looking at a standpoint of a situation. We talking about a series. You talking about one-off games that you're watching though.
Yeah,
That's what he
over the
keeps saying.
course.
They don't play defense. When they come to the playoffs, defense win championships, bro. Like that's the oldest saying that saying. What do you think that Warriors team was doing when they was winning? It wasn't just on the offensive end, bro. They was forcing people to play their game from a defensive standpoint as well. You got to go back and watch them games. I'm sure you probably watched them, but you got to go back and watch it, bro. They was
Toronto,
definitely up
Toronto
there.
defense win championships, but you got to score points to win the game. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Over the course of 4 games, Toronto can't, which is why they don't really advance in playoff series. They can't consistently beat teams on the offensive end. They could catch you on the one-off night, right? They could catch you on the one-off night, compete and do good. But over the course of them stringing it together, stringing the wins together, stringing the offenses together, Scotty Barnes scoring 20 consistent points. You know what I mean? Pascal Siakam, you know what I mean? Having to carry the team every single night. Van Pleet being in and out. You know what I mean? Of the lineup outside of Van Pleet and Pascal, right? Don't not too many people on that team consistently could get you 20 points. You know what I mean? Barnes is a defender that could score. They trying to make him, take that next step. You know what I mean? With the Cavaliers though, I think the Cavs are a better team than Toronto for sure. You know what I mean? With Garden and Mitchell, with Garland, healthy Garland, and healthy Donovan Mitchell, those two alone, right? Uh, Offensive creators, and then you add Jerry Allen, a healthy Jerry Allen. But you see how I gotta always prefix when I talk about the Cavs with healthy, health. That's their biggest issue. Garland and missed time. Donovan Mitchell haven't missed time this year, right? But historically, he missed time. You know what I mean? Jerry Allen missed time. You know what I mean? Mobley missed a little time. You know what I mean? They got their problem last year was offensively, they would hit stretches where they couldn't put the ball in the hoop. Donovan Mitchell fixes that for them offensively, right? And now you got Mobley coming off the bench and you got Jerry Allen, manning down the middle. That team, I think, took a step forward in the offseason. That team is looking damn good, you know what I mean, right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep. And that's what Trav was just saying, talking about the Cavs versus the Nets.
The Cavs versus talking about the Cavs versus Nets. Now that's a better series. That's a better series than the Raptors for sure. Now, now that one is a Cavs definitely better than the Raptors. It's all your facts. Now that one is they want to listen to elevator music and shit. Now that's the That's I just the cartoon. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna mute up now. That's the wife watching this TV show.
Okay, sound like elevator, sound like some.
Yeah, hell no.
Well, yeah. You know what I mean? Now Cavs in the Nets. Now that's a better series for sure. And we talking right, Cavs and the Nets. They may very well be a goddamn playoff series, like first round, second round type deal with how they stacking up right now. They very well could be a first round matchup. You know what I mean? So we talking about it, trap. Y'all very well might have to run across that Brooklyn Nets team. And I'm telling you this: if y'all meet them in the first round, that ain't gonna be, that ain't something that y'all should be celebrating, kicking and screaming about. You know what I mean? Meeting them in the first round, that's a dangerous team to play in the
Y'all should be
first round.
celebrating, kicking and screaming
Okay.
about.
Yeah, that's a dangerous team to play. You know what I mean? In the first round, like Bill. I wouldn't even. I would say this. I would favor the Brooklyn Nets in their series right now today because they got more proven players. I seen more of their players, in those tough situations, in the playoff situations. Durant is a former champion. Kyrie is a former champion. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons has been in those tough playoff situations. He played good in the series, but he folded in the biggest moment of the situation, right? So he's with the team now, Nets, where he won't necessarily have that pressure to score like he did in his first, series. But I seen him in the playoffs, play well to an extent, had a bad moment, but played well, to an extent. I more so believe in the Nets players in the playoffs than I do in the Cavs players in the playoffs. Right now, I will favor, the Nets in the playoff series. Uh, I've been watching NBA for a minute, right? And what I learned, right, is that the regular season and playoffs are two different seasons, man. Everything that you see in the regular season is not always, what is true in the playoffs. I've seen teams go on crazy monster runs in the regular season, have the best record, and then lose the first and second round of the playoffs. You know what I mean? To six, seven seed, fifth seeds and shit. You know what I mean? And it's because the playoffs is kind of a whole different game than the regular season. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy, whether you're here for a good time or a long time. What's good, yo? We in this thing having a basketball conversation. We're here talking about, the Nets, the Celtics, and the Suns. Are we cashing on them or are we passing on them? Me and my guy A1, we cashing on the on the Nets as a contender. Trap, he feel like the Nets pretenders. He ain't, too much believing in them. But me and A1, we sold on the Nets, what they doing right now in the run that they making. I'm sold mostly because, right, they didn't want with Ben Simmons. They didn't want without Ben Simmons. They didn't want with Kyrie Irving. They didn't want without Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? So I think, once they finally get it all together and everybody get in and get together on the same page, they gonna be, a team to be reckoned with because they're a team to be reckoned with. And they ain't all on the same page, all healthy and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I'm cashing on them. My guy A1 said that he cashing on them. You know what I mean? And we was about to move forward, but then, trap, you know how it go when we get in the chat. You know how it go. But what's good, yo? We having the NBA talk. You with the workout, Joe? Appreciate the slide, though. You got anything else on the Nets, though, A1, before we move on?
No, I ain't got. Like I said, I just want to see them healthy and see what they gonna do. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that team's a. I would say this that team is an absolute highlight reel waiting to happen.
The Nets.
Yep, that highlight will waiting to happen because Kyrie, we know he dances with the best of them with the ball, and then obviously with KD, most efficient 7 foot scorer we probably have never seen. And obviously you got Ben Simmons, but again, the wild card of what you don't know what you're gonna get. You can get somebody dunking on you, dunking on your head. You can get somebody blocking shots, assists. That team has the potential to be something scary out of the East. They just got to put it together and stay focused. But from a team perspective, I like I watch the games and I get excited about watching it. But I'm a fan of pretty much basketball first. My team, everybody know I rock with the Lakers hard. So, but outside of that, man, I just like watching good basketball, and I think this team again has the potential to be one of the best teams in the NBA, man. I don't really see too much of a super weakness outside of probably the size or the not paying attention on the defensive end as much. But again, when they get to the playoffs, that's a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? So, and if you knew that and you don't know about it, my advice to you is go back and watch some of the games. Just look at playoff or look at regular season scoring versus the playoff scoring as far as on a point standpoint. You know what I mean? That'll tell you right then there's a dramatic drop or there's a drastic drop. And the over, you can do over under on bets or whatever the case is. You can look and see it. The numbers are drastically different for everybody. You know what I mean? So that's why they say, we just want to be healthy around the healthiest team around playoff time wins, just because a lot of the time, these teams are able to scheme for one another. And like I said, if you're not healthy, you're going into it like limping into the playoffs, you're going to get beat out of the playoffs. I mean, I guess you can use the Dallas Mavericks when they was number one seed, got knocked off by the We Believe Warriors. You know what I mean? Things happen in the playoffs. Ain't nothing for sure, but it's like shit, you go in there playing around or overlooking somebody, and the team is outplaying you, and they playing that defense on you. You know what I mean? It's everything that comes with that. But no, we gonna go ahead and smash on them, and then we can hop on to whoever we want to jump on next, though.
Okay, bet. So we cashing in on the Nets. Sudden T cashing in on the Nets. A1 Hoops on cashing in on the Nets. You know what I mean? So we got the Nets as a contender over here on Southern T. We go see how they work out. You know what I mean? As the season go on. But right now we got the Nets and we cashing on the Nets. So we got the Celtics and the Suns. Let's talk about the Suns, right? Let's talk about the
Hmm.
Suns now. Let's bring up the Suns record. You know what I mean? We do this thing live action because
They 16-8.
16-8. Yep, I'm on ESPN. Right. In fact, let's get this shit up so y'all can see it. You know what I mean? Let's really get into it. 16-8. We got the Phoenix Suns. I think they first in their division as well. Yep, Phoenix Suns 16-8, first in the Pacific Division. They play the Celtics next, huh? The team we talking about next, right? They play the Celtics next. They lost the last game to the Mavs, beat the Spurs, lost to the Rockets, beat the Bulls, the Kings, and the Jazz. So over the last five, they're 3-2. Over the last 10, they're oh my god. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. So they 8-10 over the last 10 games. No, they 7-3. You know what I mean? Over the last 10 games, they just lost their last game to the Mavericks, 16-8, first in the Pacific Division. The Suns have been looking good this year. You know what I mean? They actually they missed Chris Paul a few games, so their team isn't 100% healthy. Right? They had a better record with Chris Paul. Right? They lost a couple games without Chris Paul, but even without him, they've been able to, keep the ship afloat. You know what I mean? None the least. I think with Chris Paul, right? Uh, I almost would call this team, a finals contender, right? Because they actually, they did make it to the finals, once before. They didn't do too well in the finals, right? But they did make it to the finals once before. Uh, they got DeAndre Aiken. I like DeAndre Aiken in the paint. Was good, just appreciate you sliding through. TWT in the building. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button. Me and my guy, A1 here having the NBA, you know what I mean, conversation. Talking about a few of the teams. I'm excited to talk about the Warriors. A1 don't know. I'm really excited to talk about them Warriors. He don't know. I'm saving them for last for a reason. You know what I mean? But right now we on the Phoenix Suns. Uh, they look good. You know what I mean? It's like I've seen the Suns. What's good, Teach? You like slide through this thing, Teach. I've seen the Suns look great. You know what I mean? And then I've seen games and I've seen them get blasted. Like, how y'all getting blasted like this? I think with the Suns, with and without Chris Paul, right? The X factor for this team is Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? Some games he scores you a dub, other game he scores you 4 points. You know what I mean? Some games he goes 12 for 15, right? In other games he may go 2 for 4. You get what I'm saying? It's not that he's a bad player by any stretch. He's one of those players where he got to find his rhythm, find his way, and find his shots with this team. You know what I mean? He kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. What's good, Judah? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it. Bridges is a guy that kind of get lost in the shuffle. I think they need to get a little more aggression, you know what I mean, out of Bridges. But I think this team, record wise, right? I think they one of the the best teams in the league record wise. But like when we talking about cash or pass, right? I'm looking at these teams, 100% versus the other teams in the league, 100%, right? And the Suns, one of those teams. I think like on their best day, right? They just don't beat the best teams in the NBA for whatever reason. They could have the best record, you know what I mean? But it's like in the playoffs, is there something about that team that I don't believe in? You know what I mean? It's just something about them. They feel like fool's gold to me, and that sound crazy, right? Talking about a team that's 16-8, but it's something with them. They got the players. They got Aiken. They got Booker. They got Chris Paul. They got Bridges. You know what I mean? They got Cameron Johnson. You know what I mean? But it's like they can't quite put it all together when they need it the most. You know what I mean? It's like that happens a lot. Southern T, they went to the finals. If you asking me, I feel like, man, they had one of the most luckiest runs to the finals I ever seen. A lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of opposition that they played against, a lot of their top scorers got hurt when Phoenix made the playoffs that year. Now, ironically, they got hurt. You know what I mean? Chris Paul got hurt, right, in the finals. But they caught a lot of breaks that year. They made it to the finals. No pun intended. So actually, A1, man, I'm a pass on the Suns because I'm just not a believer, man. They're gonna have to prove me wrong.
Oh, you beat me to it because I was gonna pass. I was gonna say pass right out the jump, and then give my give my reasons for it. My reasons for it, man. I think they definitely pretenders. I hate to say it. I love watching the Suns play because it's entertaining to see. But when it come down to it, from a standpoint of this team doing what need to be done to bite down and really walk through it. They had the Bucks beat. They had Milwaukee beat. They had Milwaukee number, but they gave them games away. Milwaukee also obviously took them games just because Giannis' mentality is completely different. If Aiden had a mentality of Giannis, it would have man that would have been a flat out dogfight. But yeah, you seen what, and then from a coaching standpoint too. I love a coach. You know what I mean? Monty, great guy. Obviously, if you don't know his backstory, go check it out. But sad as far as what happened with his family and things of that nature, man. But it's like the coaching staff didn't really do what they needed to do to put themselves in the best situation to win that series. They had an opportunity and they let it slip away. And obviously, if you watched any of those games, you'll see what I mean. It was they didn't even scratch building a wall. They didn't even build like a fence. Like you know what I mean. They were leaving DeAndre Ayton out there to dry. Playing Giannis one on one with Giannis was a mistake. They allowed him to just feast. If you look at Giannis's numbers, man, that he put up, it was insane. So it's like, you know what I mean, from that standpoint of it as well. But then obviously with Chris Paul, he had his moments, but it's like, bro, you made it to the promised land of you've been playing in the league for such a long time now, 15 plus years, easy. And you mean to tell me you're gonna get there and let it slip away? You're not gonna play through certain things. You're not gonna force the action and do what needs to be done. He got tentative and tight in the moments that his team needed him the most. And you saw Devin Booker was out there on the island by himself. He was pretty much forcing up shots and doing things like that. Man, it's like he was left out there to try and contend on his own. And Devin
What's
Booker
good,
built
Kool
like that
Aid?
though.
Appreciate you sliding through this, John Kool Aid. Kool Aid, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate you sliding through. I see you with your Lakers suck comment. We gonna get to you, Kool Aid. My bad, A1, go ahead.
No, you cool. I got the scope on him, but I'm gonna let him live for right now. But
Yeah,
no,
feel free to to.
but yeah, Devin Booker, man, he built for that type of action, but he was out there by himself. You know what I mean? So it was like, what can you do? You going up against again another team that got all they built, around Giannis, but they built from a defensive standpoint where they focused in, and that was their calling card. When you got Drew Holiday as a lockdown type point guard, it's very smart, can shoot the ball and score. Follow obviously by Giannis, Matthews, um, Chris Middleton. Like man, this team was built in a way where it was like they was perfectly matched up against the Suns. But the difference maker was mentality, obviously, and people shrinking under that pressure. And you got to see that firsthand. We had a first class seat or front row seat at seeing that. And that's the thing where I was like automatically from there, it was like all that in the regular season was for naught. And we're seeing that situation again where it's like they're peaking at the wrong time. Is one of the things I can say. Like you don't want to play your best ball now. You want to play your best ball going into the playoffs. And we're seeing them again peaking and yeah, they're number one and all that kind of stuff, man. But it's like the writings on the wall is going to be a repeat of the exact same thing. And they going up against a situation now where it's like if they going up against these teams that's healthy, are they even going to make it out of the West? That's the whole thing. It was kind of laid out for them to perfect situation of playing teams that were coming into the league hurt. You know what I mean? Like even with the Lakers, bro, like they was dealing with the Lakers team that was hobbled. What would have happened if they was healthy? You know what I mean? Like you don't know. But again, injuries are a part of the game. So it's like you deal with the hands you're dealt, and you have to play who you play. But for me, I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to pass on it because I'm not sold on the fact of them, especially with Chris Paul. I understand what they're doing right now with him. They trying to prolong him for the season. You know what I mean? They saying these non COVID related type illness or they rest him because of this injury or whatever the case may be. They trying to minimize his game. They literally pulling the Kawhi right now. They're minimizing his games through the year so they can maximize him on the in the playoffs, which is cool. I mean, but then again, how is he going to have his rhythm? How is he going to come playing in a playoff type atmosphere? And he didn't even play many regular season games. So I think they're going to try and hold him out and use like the last couple of weeks of the NBA season to allow him to play himself in shape or get into that mentality of it. But I think that's a mistake. But either way, like I said, he I don't think he's gonna and I'm not wishing it upon him, obviously, but I don't think he's going to be able to stay healthy to kind of help them try and get over the hump. Even with them there, I still don't think they can get over the hump. They just missing one other it factor for that team to be taken, seriously. Like they missing an it factor. They can go out and get um, a true second like scorer behind Book. I understand. I like Bridges, what he brings to the team. Shaman, coming off the bench. Cam John,
You
like I,
gotta
I
get
like the but they got to get healthy. But they need one other person that can match that same energy that Devin Booker got, which is that dog mentality that I'm gonna get you up out of here kind of mentality. That they need that. As weird as that may sound, Kool
Mikal
Aid.
Bridges. I feel like they gotta be Mikal Bridges. He gotta be that guy. He got the ability. He can shoot. Right. He don't really put the ball on the floor that much, but he don't have to with that team when you got Booker and you got CP3. But he's a good shooter. He's the guy that can score. Long guy. A good defender. Normally holds the opposing team best player. Normally draws that assignment. The best guard, wing guy at least. Right. Uh, I think Bridges got to be more aggressive at finding his shot on the offensive end. I think the Suns and they got Devin Booker, they got Chris Paul, right? They got Aiken, right? But it's gonna sound crazy, but I feel like the Suns are going to go as far as Bridges take them because he's the X factor. You know what I mean? Aiken go get his. Booker go get his. Chris Paul has taken a back seat in the scoring role this year. He's kind of more, just like the general. Aiken has stepped up in the scoring role. Booker, is the scoring role. You know what I mean? Chris Paul is the common, captain. And I think Bridges got to be that Swiss Army knife. You know what I mean? That picks up the slack of all of the superstars. You know what I mean? If Chris Paul ain't scoring, you got to score. You know what I mean? If Booker having a rough night, you know what I mean. Bridges can't. Bridges can't. Bridges got to pick up wherever the rest of the team is lacking. If everybody is on, then you got to lock in on the defensive end, which he does well. You know what I mean? That's the good thing about Bridges. He even when his offensive game ain't go, I feel like sometimes he get lost in the offensive shuffle for whatever reason. Whether it's that Booker and CP3 and Aiken are taking him out of his rhythm, or you know what I mean. He's too locked in. On his defensive assignment, you know what I mean, or whatnot. But I think the Suns are, Mikael or Mikael Bridges, you know what I mean, unlocking that like you said, that dog, they need another dog. I think that other dog, right, has to be Bridges. Because Chris Paul, he's going to be in, right? And when he's out, you're going to really need Mikael Bridges to be the dog. But even when he's in, you know what I mean? If Chris Paul could become, you know what I mean, the fourth scoring option on that team, I think that team becomes a whole different, you know what I mean, kind of monster. But I think Bridges going to have to step up. You know what I mean? Him and Aiken, right, to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Aiken to a certain degree. And I need Bridges to be a little more aggressive on offense. You know what I mean? For me to be completely sold on that team. Because the question is with that team, right? When Devin Booker is off, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? Devin Booker had 11 points the other night against the Dallas Mavericks, and the Suns got their ass beat. You know what I mean? That's because Devin Booker, with that team as constructed, can't afford, you know what I mean, to have a off game. They need, like you said, they need the other guy to, they need another dog, and I think Bridges got to be that other dog. You know what I mean?
Nope. No, I agree, but even then, watching the way his game is set up, though, I don't know. I've seen the games, but I haven't really seen like if he was the number one scoring option, like how does he handle that? How would he deal with it? I haven't seen it, so I would have to see it first to kind of. So I for me, I have to pay attention to that part.
I'm
But
still passing. I'm passing on the Suns, by the way.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, no, and then Kool Aid 323. Uh, he said, wait until them Clippers when Kawhi is at full strength." I told him, bro, Kawhi is on the verge of receiving his last max contract, which is from the Clippers. Why is that? Ain't no billionaire gonna be willing to throw money out the window and get minimum production for it. Steve Ballmer not dumb. He understands the talent he got, but at the same time, he also not gonna keep throwing money out the window for a player that's not what I'm saying, that's not reliable nor consistent. Ain't no owner gonna do that. And if you've been doing the same thing for the past few like years like that, either staying injury prone and then not available at the times when teams need you or when your team needs you, they gonna trust me. They gonna pay attention to that, man. They definitely gonna pay attention to that. And when you start getting up there in age and you having injuries and you not like yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you this, Kool Aid. I would prefer to see a healthy Kawhi out there because I like his game. But at the same in the same breath is looking at that, these other people, these on the ones that's cutting the checks, they looking at the standpoint of we cutting a check for a person and what we paying for a product that's not coming off the shelves, or we paying for a product that's not producing for us. They're not gonna keep doing that. You'd be crazy to be paying for something like that. But no, that was just my take. As far as the Lakers thing, it kind of told me he was a Clippers fan right off the bat, or the Lakers must have beat his favorite team or something like that. One of the two.
Yeah,
But
facts,
yeah,
man. 88. So 88 from what you said, right? You a Phoenix guy. You you don't believe in Miles Bridges, right? I'm speaking from the standpoint as he gotta find it, but you don't believe in him. From what it sounds like that, you don't think he could do it. I I'm not ready to give up on him just yet. I think it's in him, right? Because I seen him do it before. He just gotta lock it in and do it consistently. You know what I mean? Especially when Booker off. You know what I mean?
T, I'll piggyback off this and say this. I think Kyrie would be a great fit for Phoenix. As weird as that may sound, and
Well,
88, you can tell me if I'm wrong or
you
not,
know,
but I think Kyrie would be a great fit with the Suns.
you know a guy, a guy they need like a bench player, right? They could keep their team like this, but a bench player, and he could come in when Chris Paul go down or go out,
You talking about like a Clarkson, then pretty
like
much somebody
like
that can
like
that's
college
a
like college Sexton, like a college Sexton. You know what I mean? Because it's like he can't really necessarily find a place. You know what I mean? I think he'll fit. I think you can stick him over there. Uh, you know what I mean? Him and Devin Booker pretty much. It'll be like, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Bridges, pretty much comfortable. Not getting the ball anyway. You know what I mean? Aiken, go get in where he fit in. I need him to rebound more. He too big to be averaging like 6 rebounds and shit like that. You know what I mean? Sidebar. I like him. He got to play better too. I think Aiken averaged like 6 rebounds, bro. Let me see. Like that don't make no sense, bro. I was looking at this at a point in time this year. He averaged 6 boards. I was like, bro, ain't no way he's supposed to be averaging 6 boards, yo. Like Aiken got to do, you know. Let me let me see where he at. He averaged
yeah.
nine. He averaged nine. Now 17 and 9. So he was averaging 13 and 6 the last time I checked. So he had 17 and 9 now. You know what I mean? And maybe that got a lot to do with Chris Paul. Being out. You know what I mean? He feeling himself. He get more points, playing a little harder. Get more boards. But he gotta stay right there. He got to stay right there where he at. You know what I mean? He gotta stay right there where he at. But the Suns, I just don't. I feel like I've seen this movie before with the Suns. I can't. I'm not sold on. Not sold. I'm not sold on Phoenix. G5, what's good, pimp? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Fizzle. Glad you can make it. You got
It was
anything
good, bro.
else for the Suns? A1, you wanna?
No, I mean, I told you. I think, like I said, if they somehow could swindle a deal, which I don't think it'll happen, but Kyrie would be a good fit there. Or I had one or if they can swindle a deal and get a Dame there, one of them two. Why? Because you need a true explosive, offensively explosive, either point guard or like 88 said, or a small forward. You need one of them two. Otherwise, like they gonna be in the same situation. They're gonna have a nice ass regular season, and they're gonna get their ass beat up out of there and get out of there in the playoff time, man. Every single time, that's gonna be the situation, which is again, like that's why one of the reasons why I said I wasn't sold on them is I kept seeing the same thing. I mean, when somebody continuously show you who they are, at some point you got to believe them, and I believe that's just who this Phoenix Suns team is. Very exciting regular season team, and then playoff time come around, push come to shove, they get pushed down.
Yeah. So just to catch everybody up, myself and A1, we both cashing in on the Brooklyn Nets. We think they're real. We think they're a contender. You know what I mean? We think, that's a playoff squad, what I mean, at their best when healthy. We on the Phoenix Suns right now, and me and brother A1, we agree again. You know what I mean, on the Phoenix Suns. We both passing on the Phoenix Suns. We not cashing. We don't believe in the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns gonna have to prove, you know what I mean, me wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like I've seen this movie with them before. They one of those teams that have the best records during the regular season, and they get to the playoffs and they lay an egg, whether it's the first round or whether it's the last round or whether it's the middle round. It's like at some point, this team are going to shoot themselves in the foot, right? And they gonna get themselves bounced right out of the playoffs. It's like the Phoenix curse throughout their history, not even just with this team, even with them Steve Nash teams. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. It's like it's like the Phoenix Suns always find a way to lose, right? So they one of them teams that's gonna have to show me. So we both passing on the Phoenix Suns. Feels want
Facts.
that.
And that go back way back when they had Marley and KJ and
You know what I mean? Yeah, right.
Chuck.
Barkley. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they go back a ways, man. They always find a way to trick it off one way or another. When what can go wrong will go wrong at the wrong time for them. I mean, look at when they had Steve Nash, the Matrix, Sean Marion, Grant Hill. When they Stoudemire, when they had a team of these players, man, it just never aligned for them for one reason or another, and I don't know what it
Joe
is. Where like
Johnson,
yeah, and it seemed like it's continuously the exact same thing every single time when
Roger
it
Bell.
comes. Yeah, when it come time for them to advance, or when it come time to them, when all the marbles on the line, they always fumble it. No idea why, but they fumble it every single time. The one consistent thing is they inconsistent at being able to come through down the stretch, man, which is unfortunate. Because like I said, I like watching the team; it's exciting to see, but you can only go so far when it comes to that, man. At some point, that show, it's gonna get you're gonna get tired of watching the same show.
Yeah, fact. So we both passing on the Phoenix Suns. I know Coach Joe somewhere pissed off about that. And 8-8 in the chat right now, swinging air. You know what I mean? But 8-8, y'all gonna have to y'all gonna have to prove us wrong, man. Y'all gonna have to show us. I know the record 16-8. I know you're like blasphemy. These niggas sound crazy. But it's like y'all one of them teams that we know y'all gonna be good in the regular season. You know what I mean? We know y'all are. Y'all just kind of gotta y'all are wait and see playoff kind of team at this point, the Phoenix Suns. And that's a step up from what y'all used to be, right? A laughing stock trash, right? But now y'all are wait and see playoff kind of team. Like we know y'all going to the playoffs every year. We know this shit. So we're not impressed with y'all being the number one seed because y'all do this all the time. You know what I mean? But right now, I got to pass on you. What's good, G5? Appreciate you sliding through this jump. But right now I got to
Yo,
pass on.
what's good, my brother? What's good? Here y'all see y'all up in this journey.
Yeah,
What's good with the five?
win this
Whew,
thing.
man. Headed back to the crib so I can sit down and smoke my first blunt of the day, boy. Man,
Yeah,
how you be moving around in between. Like I'm gonna go here, I'll take a second here to smoke, but you want to get all shit done. You know what I'm saying? You just get the movement. Shit. But I got this motherfucker sitting right here in the passenger seat like it's a person in this bitch. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? That
that's for
motherfucker ride
y'all.
shotgun.
All the smoke, so I'm gonna let y'all
What
have
what 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 88 ass said with his 622 goddamn fantasy points? All them players you had playing today. Those players playing on the goddamn fantasy lineup.
that. Wait, what?
88 got 622 fantasy points.
Ooh, who we playing?
He is playing not Crush. Is it Crush? I think so. I think he playing
Oh
Crush.
man.
Yeah, he up by a couple hundreds right now. Last time I checked.
that man scored. He got 600 total or 600 today.
No, I'm talking about total.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought you
Oh,
meant today. I
not
was
today. I'm talking about total. That's what I'm looking at.
oh, ooh wee.
Yeah,
yeah.
I see him over here trying to get it in. I ain't too far behind. I got a few players still playing.
And then late game, it is still late game.
I only had 4 players playing today, but shit, I'll take it.
I
Yeah, I'm
had
about to.
uh, three. I had 3 players today. I don't know what I finished with, but I had 3 players in the 6:30 game. I had 3 6 players in the 6:30.
Ooh, I know D Free sick. That boy AD got 11 fantasy points.
He left the game with a
Flew
flu
like or
like
some
symptom.
shit.
Yeah, like flu like symptom.
Uh, hey, I'm glad I picked up Thomas Bryant today. He damn near gave me 50.
Yeah, yeah. He be having days like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like me, like since it's a vacant week, I'm just tweaking my lineup just to see how players do. Give them a couple runs, a couple days, so I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a better observation of their ass when it come next week when it's a regular. When I play shit, I play you next week, A1.
Hey, I'm just hoping my team ain't hurt, man. They give me a chance.
know what I
Shit,
was, know what I was doing.
I got three niggas still out. I'm like, God damn it. And I might be without them shit for another 2 or 3 weeks. Shit.
You know what I was doing before I found, a couple players that I like. I was switching out players every day. You know what I
It's
mean?
supposed to be win number 3 after I will get this win. They fucked me on this King Doc shit. Fuck. I ain't even gonna play his ass again.
Yeah. So shit, everyone, we got Boston Celtics. What's their record? 20. They 20-5. That's the best record in the league, ain't it? They 20 and
Yep.
5. Best record in the league. Pretty much. Like I just think this Boston team with like with Jaylen
Hey,
Brown, without Jaylen Brown, I just think them. You know what I mean? Play some good basketball. Al Horford, like having a second prime right now. Like he didn't have a resurgence. He's been drinking the Space Jam juice.
boy,
You know what I mean?
me and AB, hey, me and AB make this trade. Oh, nigga, it's gonna be hell for y'all.
Marcus Smart, Marcus Smart looked like a real point guard. You know what I mean? He like
Yeah,
a real point. He looked like Oklahoma State Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? They
his
got that
offensive game, his offensive game caught up kind of similar to how he was in college. He always was a good defender. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like his NBA game, his offensive game, has turned up a little bit. So that shit, yeah, he playing like a point
that
guard
he
now.
can shoot. Like he didn't turn to a
Yeah.
shooter. Like he make trades. I'd be like, bro, this man's a shooter now. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Then you got Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. He coming off the bench averaging about 13, 14, 15 points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Any given day. Some days he give you, 18, 19, 20 points. Or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This team is deep. Like you look at Jaylen Brown, you look at Jason Tatum, you think now those some good players, right? Both those guys average 20 plus points. Actually, you my charger. But then when you look down this team ain't, just Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. This team is deep. Uh, Celtics, they don't have many weaknesses. I don't see many teams beating this team in a series. This team lost in the championship to the Golden State Warriors. I mean, we still gonna talk about the set. Right now, I don't see a team in the East or the West who I feel comfortable with picking to beat them in a 4-game series. Right now, if I had to pick a champion right now, I would probably pick, you know what I mean, the Celtics. So I'm cashing in on the Celtics A1. You know what I mean, for all the reasons that I stated. Even with the injuries, and still the whole time, right? They missing Robert Williams. They started center. You know what I mean? But even with the injuries, they still find ways to win. I'm gonna have to, cash on the Celtics. Let me get my charge.
No, I think I'm gonna have to piggyback right off that, and I was gonna go ahead and cash in on them anyway, because it's like you said, man. This team, outside of obviously they dynamic duo between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Don't forget they got Malcolm Brogdon. Like that was a sneaky pickup that nobody's paying attention to, and
That's
he's
a
a three
start
and D.
point guard.
Yep, he a 3 and D guy, can do everything. High, very high basketball IQ. And then they got their big who hopefully gonna be coming back soon, Robert Williams the third, and you know what I mean, like a rim runner, rim protector, like and, and that boy can jump out of the gym. And then they got a little sneaky another pickup, Gallinari. I mean, I know he's been injured and out, but I mean they just kind of they can rest him and bring him along at his own pace. He another stretch big they can have out there along with Marcus Smart and then obviously they got the vet Al Horford and then Derek White and Grant Williams, who out of nowhere became Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, hitting everything from deep. And so again, this team is extremely deep. They have their little, what's his name, Pritchard, the little point guard that's like a little gnat out there that just be annoying people, but he can shoot too. They got Justin Jackson for Phoenix. He can shoot. They just be having him on the bench. So, and this team is stacked. I'm not gonna mention Blake Griffin just because he's there, but at the same time, it's like we don't really see him, making too big of a difference. But then he can have his moments too. So it's like this team is stacked. There ain't really a weak point on this team from a standpoint of them being able to go out there and put it together and beat any of these teams. Yeah, they lost to the Warriors, obviously the champs. That's a whole different conversation. But it's like if you're gonna lose to somebody, you lose to that team. And not many people gonna argue against that or with that. You push that team to the brink where the Warriors really had to bite down and they had moments against the Celtics where it wasn't, what I'm saying, it wasn't an easy series. It wasn't an easy chip for them to win.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna cash in on them for sure. I like the energy. I like how they young guns, the young lions is leading this team along the way, and they playing like they coming back for what they what I'm saying, they got robbed of. That's how they view it. You can tell that's how they
Yeah.
playing their season is they coming back with the chip on their shoulder on something that they said they messed up and gave away, or this person stole my bike. We coming back to take it now. That's the energy they playing with, and I love seeing that.
Mm-hmm. They get hungry, bro. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? No, it's like when you are a new person to a neighborhood and stuff, or a new person to a school. You know what I'm saying? You want to make your presence felt. They kind of got that vibe going. Like, man, you know what? I know y'all been here, y'all been around, y'all know who we are, but y'all gonna really know who we is this year. I just like the way they put the squad together. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Hmm.
This
Malcolm
feel like the
Brogdon.
champion right now.
Malcolm Brogdon will start for any team in the NBA that doesn't have a one or two. He can start for him. He's been there, but he's accepted
Yeah.
a bench role, which lets you know what type of mindset he has. You know what I'm saying? He already like the Players Association vice president or some shit like that. So the man he got some other shit going. You know what I'm saying? And he's smart and he can hoop. You pair that with Marcus Smart, you know what I'm saying? They got different games, but either way, you can bring Marcus Smart off the bench. You can have Malcolm Brogdon start. I mean, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? They got enough to do it. You can have, you know what I'm saying, Jaylen Brown and fucking Jason Tatum. Shit, the 2 and the 3. And then you got your big man, Al Horford. Yeah, he a seasoned vet, but he plays. He got high IQ, bro. He been having that since he was at Florida, bro. Him and Joe Kim Noah, they just smart big men. They know how to play the damn game. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to properly play the game and you're smart, shit, that changes a lot of shit. And then the coach, gotta give him his credit. He coached. You know what I'm saying? So they deep. You know what I'm saying? I look at them as the favorite. I was looking towards that like about 5-6 games ago, because I was looking at the Warriors. They hit or miss. 1 minute they roll, and then the next minute, you know what I'm saying, they can't buy a win. You know what I'm saying? You never know which ones you're gonna get. So
Yeah.
right now, I would if the Pacers was fully healthy and they had a little bit more veteran leadership, I'll say I put them as a sleeper pick because they deep. They deep as hell. They just young. So they gonna go through growing pains.
They could be anybody on the offensive end. The Pacers. It's defensively where I question them, but yeah, they
Oh,
want
that's why I say they need that. They need that veteran. You know what I'm saying? Like an Al Horford type of guy. He the glue guy. He gonna keep the young guys in position. Type of shit. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shift, slide over, back door cut. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And you need that on your team. Somebody that's vocal, like gonna put you in position. Like, hey, all right, 5, hey, get on over there. You know what I'm saying? They need that. Like, uh, Miles is not that. You know what I'm saying? Jalen, he not groomed yet. They can play, but yeah, if they tighten up and get locked down on defense, then they can do something. Like for they offensive weapons with Mathurin and man, say Halliburton and fucking Nimhard, like guards and shit, like they got some shit. They just young and they gonna figure it out, put the pieces together. But they better not sleep on them though. I'm telling y'all now, y'all better not sleep on them Pacers because they gonna upset and make a lot of people mad. We ain't even in the All-Star break yet. You know what I'm saying? So they still got time to grow and gel and gain more of a nucleus as a squad. So I wouldn't count them out either. But shit, the best looking team, shit, I gotta give it to Boston. Yeah, they looking solid. The Suns up and down. The Nuggets they'll play good. The normal people play. Then Bruce Brown will have a off game, and then a few other people they just got Bones back. They just got Murray back recently, so they got to work out. You know what I'm saying? They roster, they line up. So I'll be expecting Denver to lose a few games because they got to work their people back in shape, game shape that is. So Boston, they about the number one right now. You know what I'm saying?
So, I heard you hit on Golden State in there a little bit, right? So shit, we go segue that, right into, what I mean, the big topic for tonight, the last topic, right? The Warriors, coming off the NBA championship, they beat the Celtics, the team that we just, spoke about. I made that team the third team in the Cash or Pass segment for a reason. You know what I mean? They beat the Celtics and shit, right? The Celtics, we all just, agreed that the Celtics looking like the best team in the league right now, right? So the Warriors beat the Celtics last year in the championship. The Warriors have started the year off 13 and 12. You know what I mean? They started off kind of rocky, and then they got it together, as of late, right? And they kind of been back and forth, over the last couple of games, right? So the question, shit other day, right? Do you feel like the Warriors, do y'all feel like the Warriors are suffering from a championship hangover?
Mm, I wouldn't say they suffer from championship hangover, but they missing a few pieces that they need. I think they need a few more pieces on the bench. If they was to go in a 7 game series with the Celtics now, the Celtics gonna beat them. The Celtics probably beat them in five or 6 games because when Steph Curry and Clay go out, if Jordan Poole and not on and not leading their second unit, you're not expecting Draymond to get all these buckets. If you can eliminate Clay and Steph, shit, the second unit, other than Jordan Poole, who really putting up points like that? You know what I'm saying? Like when you come to Boston, they got a deeper repertoire of players that can get buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like even some of the young players like Sam Hauser, he can get you 20 if you give him enough minutes for the Celtics. But it's just like they just deeper, bro. Like they too heavy relying on they big three, you know what I'm saying? And Steph, Clay, and Poole, and Draymond is not giving you no scoring production. He can rebound and play some defense and what I'm saying, get some assists, but you're not looking for him to get no more than 13 points. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
They just not deep enough, bro. That's why I say they put together a lineup. You know what I'm
They top. I feel like they top heavy.
saying? Shit, I need to get in.
Hey, one, you A1, you in there, A1?
Yep, no, I'm with it. So no, I think they're suffering from a little bit of championship hangover, and then they're suffering from still trying to wake up from that KO from Draymond with Jordan Poole situation. I think that kind of got this team. They was already having little not issues, but they was already coming into the season with a little kind of a little slump. But when that whole situation happened, that kind of shook the team up completely. You know what I mean? Because it created this tension and dynamic in the locker room where it was like the situation of like not players siding with players and stuff like that. But you got to understand that Jordan Poole is coming. Like he literally gonna be the splash brother that's gonna replace more than likely be Klay Thompson. And you kind of seeing that, you know what I mean? You're seeing Klay Thompson, I mean, he not looking old, but at the same time, he is Jordan Poole is looking like the more exciting option out of the two, if that makes sense. But Jordan Poole is like a mix of the two players. You know what I mean? He want to be like Steph, but he also want to try to shoot efficient like Klay. So it's like he right in between the two. And if he can kind of not tone his game down a little bit, because you don't want nobody to really do that, because the way he playing it obviously is working for him. It got him paid, but at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like, some of them players may not like the fact that he plays like Steph a lot, because Steph doesn't earn that cachet to make mistakes, play dumb, or do the thing, play carefree the way he has, because he put in the work to do it. You know what I mean? So when a lot of these players is looking at it and they seeing Jordan Poole do the same thing that Steph is doing, they might feel some type of way about it. And with Klay, you know what I mean, obviously he had them years he missed due to injury and things like that, and he's still coming back trying to get back how he used to be. But I think that dynamic in it as well. I think it's a lot going on in between, or in that locker room, that's not really being put out there, and nor is it supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, that's some stuff that should stay within the walls. But you seeing, if you really watch them closely, you kind of seeing the dynamic. You got Andrew Wiggins obviously still there. And so I think this team is just, they got out to a rough start. They trying to right the ship of it, but they just want to get to the playoffs more than anything, so it's more meaningful basketball. I mean, any team that wins championships or multiple championships, they almost get bored of the regular season. You know what I mean? Like, they have to refocus and play them games just to lead up to the ultimate goal of where they want to be. So for me, I feel like right now they're going through a little bit of a slump, but they're gonna work their way out of it.
Hey, hey, you got to get Clay some time too. I say this, you
Hmm.
coming off back-to-back injury, you hurt yourself, and then you hurt yourself while you're recovering. You know what I'm saying? I,
Hmm.
I don't think he's fully back comfortable yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I don't think he gaining more confidence. You know what I'm saying? And I think the that's probably mid-season, he'll probably be a lot more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, and probably be in a lot better shape. You know what I'm saying? Because it's mental, y'all. When you have injuries and you're recovering, you got to get your mental more than your body right. Your body been healed, but your mental aspect is fucked, because you thinking about, damn, if I go do this or I go dunk again, am I gonna fuck myself up again? I done been injured, so I know how that feels. So I kind of, I just watch the players with these injuries and how they ease themselves back into the flow of the game and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's still trying to, figure, get himself back in rhythm. Who he gotta take a approach like, perfect example. Remember how John Wall and them came in the league and they played fast all the time, and they
Hmm.
had to adjust their game and slow down. He's gonna have to go from fifth gear to fourth gear or something. I mean, he's fast enough, he good, he talented enough to do it, to let the game slow down for him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think he be going a little bit too fast. Just slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And let the game just develop and come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the skills. He could put up 25 points every fucking night. You know what I'm saying? If not more, but he gotta let the game come to him. But they need a few more pieces. Wiggins been hooping quietly too. They be sleeping on him. Wiggins be quietly over here getting it in. Quietly too. So that's what I got on that, man. I think. But I do kind of agree with you that at that locker room incident, yeah, they locker room chemistry, just they team chemistry. I think that shit off ever since that shit off. Like, they gonna go hoop because they won multiple championships. So guess what? They know how to win. So of course they can, like, mask some shit, sweep some shit under the rug. You know what I'm saying, to the public eye. But they suffering from that shit, bro. They suffering from that. Hmm.
Yeah. The only thing I could really put on, the slow start for them, because they got pretty much the same pieces, right? You know what I mean? Maybe it's the only thing I really could, contribute to slow start too, is a championship hangover. Everybody, not everybody, but you know, Poole got a new contract, right? Step got an extension, right? People about to get these extensions. Jordan Poole got his, Step got his, but Draymond ain't got his. You know what I mean? Clay got one like 2 years ago. I think he got a team option on his. So this could be his last year. You know what I mean? So I think the reason that they can't necessarily play the way that they used to play is because people, they not sure if that team is even going to be playing together. You know what I mean? Type deal. So I think it's a bit of the championship hangover. I think it's a little bit of you know them not knowing if that team will even be together. Also with Clay, he is coming back off the injury. I feel like he more so starting to get it together now. I mean, he started off rough, right? But I feel like now he's starting to, more so string together, the good games. Or even if you have an off one, he's starting to being able to find the good game quicker, you know what I mean, than he was at first. So the bad game starting to get more few far in between for Clay. With Jordan Poole, he started off a little shaky too. You know what I mean? When I was watching them, he started off a little rough too. He wasn't necessarily making his shots. I think it's still a chemistry issue, right? I think the Draymond Green and Jordan Poole incident may still be lingering, but I think it's better than it was at first. But it's just something about the Warriors, like they real up and down. It's like some nights they look like NBA champions. Other nights they look like they don't belong on the court with the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what I mean? But I think that's most definitely either a chemistry issue or that's a effort. That's an effort or a comfortability issue, right? Yeah. Like
Hey, they they leadership is in question too. Not for like so much the office leadership, but the court leadership. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
facts.
Folks used to Draymond being the leader on the court, and then you do the shit that you got going. How you gonna respect that leader when he over here not? You know what I'm saying? Like just not a good nucleus, bro. So you want to listen to his word and do shit like that, but then you every time some people might have every time they think about it, they think about that pool incident. So they might be like some people want to follow Draymond or still listen to him, others may not. So it might just be some friction in that motherfucker, bro. Like they know how to coexist with each other, but they probably feel like one of these niggas gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna tell us that, but that's just my opinion. I think they probably like we're gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Draymond, but who gonna pick up the rest of this end at the back of this contract up? You know what I'm saying? Who wanna pay him that?
Yeah. I
So
think that this most
maybe
definitely
the
the
Lakers
trade.
will. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen he got a good relationship with Bronny and shit. So maybe he just trying to maybe he'll get to the Lakers. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know I feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? If that shit that happened, and you're like, oh yeah. And this nigga trying to tell me something like, nigga, you the same nigga that was over here. You want to sneak niggas and shit, but you want me to listen to you? Man, fuck no. So it could be some shit like that. You don't know, but we just trying to put everything got on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think it's a player. I don't think it's a personnel or a player issue. I think the players they got work. I think shit they didn't want together already, right? So you can't say they can't do it.
Nah, but
Yeah, they ain't
but
have
he
that
didn't pop off.
dynamic
He didn't
though.
still off on Jordan Poole last year though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the players not working. It's
You
the
know, yes,
vibe and the
yeah,
energy.
that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you. It got. I most definitely don't think it's a personnel issue. I think it's a them issue. It's some shit that maybe it's some unresolved shit that they gotta. You know what I mean? They gotta figure out amongst each other.
Mhm.
Type deal, you know what I mean? But like you hit it on the head. You said the leadership word. I think with Draymond knocking Jordan Poole the fuck out, right? That showed that Steph Curry ain't really the leader that people think he is. Right? Draymond, was supposed to be the heartbeat of the team, but you the heartbeat of the team, you can't be out here, knocking people out. You know what I mean? We know Klay Thompson, don't give a fuck. He there just we know what Clay about, bro. You know what I'm saying? Clay is there. Clay a real dude. You know what I'm saying? He just there. You know what I mean? Jordan Poole can't be the leader. they feel like he feeling himself, smelling himself because you know he knew that he about to get a new contract because he very well deserved that motherfucker, right? So you got some people who might feel around that. Oh, he Jordan Poole feeling himself. He think he's stepped right. And then you got Draymond like, damn, why they ain't gave me a contract yet? I'm Mr. Warrior. You get what I'm saying? You got Steph Curry who just there. He's Steph Curry. You know what I mean? And then you got Klay Thompson who working back off his injury. Right. So everybody pretty much kinda, everybody dealing with something. You know what I mean, right now. All of them dealing with something. You know what I mean, right now. Do I think they could turn it around? Yes, because shit, they didn't won the ring together before. Do I think they could win a ring this year? I think they could come out the West. You know what I mean? Do I think they could win the ring this year? I think they gonna have to fix whatever it is. 13-12 ain't gonna get it. Right? 13-12 ain't gonna get it if you the Warriors. Right? That ain't gonna get you to where you want to go. You know what I mean? But I do think it's a little bit of the championship hangover. I think it got, a lot to do with that Draymond and that Jordan Poole shit. I think that fucked up the chemistry. You know what I mean? Whether people want to admit it or not, I think it fucked up the chemistry. Whether, it's still fucked up, we don't know. But I most definitely think they got a lot to do with the slow start. I most definitely think they got a lot to do, you know what I mean, with the slow start. Okay, my bad. But I think it's something that they can fix. I think they already starting to fix it. If I say this, Draymond ain't signed him a new contract yet, right? So if he end up playing, if he go too long, right, and he ain't renewed or something like that, or if he get too close to the trade deadline, and we start to hear them rumors, then I think we'll know what's going on. Or maybe Jordan Poole may be the guy, that they trade. Maybe they feel like they get more value out of that guy. You know what I mean? But I think they'll be able to fix it. They're a good team. You know what I mean? They done won together before, type deal. I think they fixing it right now. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna throw the Warriors away yet, just yet, because they are who they are. They one of those teams. They just gonna have to miss before I can say, well, shit, you know, they ain't got it. You know what I mean? But they got it until they lose it. So I think they'll find a way to turn it around eventually. They slowly doing it now. Truthfully, but you got anything else on the John one?
No, I agree. We already done said everything there was to say about it, man. You can't count them out. They're the defending champs for a reason. You got Steph on the team, you got Clay, Jordan Poole. It's just a matter, like I said, man. They gotta figure it out. It's something that's going on that they gotta figure out in order for them to get back to being that team where it's like, they looking at it from a standpoint of they're the team to beat. But I think when we get closer to the playoff time, that's when we'll kind of know that the difference of that. Though we'll know when this team refine their identity and get back to dialing in and focusing. And I think right now I wouldn't say bored because that's kind of disrespectful to the other teams, but I think they kind of bored a little bit with the regular season. They just kind of want to get to the main part. Like they don't want the appetizer no more. They want the entree. They want the full thing.
Man, hey, they said I think they can turn it around. They're a good enough team too. It's just they like, man, it's weird. It's weird because shit, like I said, man, some days they look like the defending champs, and other days they just look like off. And Five kind of said it earlier. It's like it's like a spot or maybe two that they missing off the bench. It's like you just kind of start reaching and hoping after Jordan Poole almost. You know what I mean? You got the, you got the starters, and then you bring Poole in off the bench, right? And then you start looking down the bench. Who you got? Devin think what's the guy name? Devin not Devin Chenko. What's his name?
No, it is Devinchenko.
It's Devinchenko. Then they got you look down the bench, you got Devinchenko, and then you got goddamn Jerome, Ty Jerome,
Ty Jerome, the point
Or
motherfucker,
guard.
Dante
Point guard.
Devincenzo.
Kamunga,
Okay.
Justin Kamunga, and then you got goddamn James Wiseman, a bunch of unproven guys, a bunch of guys who ain't really, just for lack of a better, they just ain't it yet. You know what I mean? They just not it. They just not go do it. You know what I mean? They missing something. They missing a bench player. You got Andrew Wiggins in the starting lineup. Only person you get off that bench is Poole. It's like the whole bench is top,
Up and down. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yep, the whole bench is Jordan Poole. It's just like, and it, like if he off, then you have no bench. You know what I mean? If Jordan Poole off, you have no bench type of. And don't let Jordan Poole and Clay be off. You know what I mean? This game. This game. This over with.
Man.
This game time, and both of them happen to be off.
Man. Damn, boy, Dallas giving Bruce Brown some hell today, boy. That boy got 2 points.
Damn.
2 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 1 block. It's 7 minutes left.
Let me see.
7:30 left in the third. Nigga still ain't cracked 10 points. We got 19 fantasy points, but 2 points for the game. That nigga used to have about damn near 15 by now.
They make him play defense. That's what they turn him into. He need to be a defensive player.
I see people going out the Ken card now. I'm like, get y'all biting asses on. Y'all weren't paying no attention to that nigga. I did the homework on him. I knew it got homework. I said, boy, y'all niggas y'all late. You better do your homework. Should have been on that. I've been watching it. I watched him for games. I knew Michael Porter was still out. I'm like, let me just watch him about 5 games, see how he do. When they had a bad game, I needed some plays. I was about to go sign him back. Somebody put a waiver in on us already. I said, get y'all biting ass on. Get off my goddamn squad.
You better believe that. You let a player go.
What? That nigga is gone. Gone.
Signing them up. Signing them up quick.
What?
I ain't got no reason to drop no more players, and I'm good right. Well, maybe 1 or 2, but I pretty much have found,
Ooh, okay, D Free. That boy closed that gap. Okay, I see him over here. K sitting at 488. D Free was like at 380 or something. Shit, he at 407 now. I said, okay. The White Powell having a good game. He about to hit 30. Okay.
Okay, Dwight.
The White Powell got 28 in the third with 6:41 left. It's a good game for him. Jared Allen dropped 80.5 today.
Jared Allen?
Yeah. K got him. He dropped 80.5. Bam dropped 63. Sadie Osman 10. And that's his points for today. Troy Brown Jr. got 23.5. AD with his 11. We know his issues. Schroeder got 29. The White Powell got 28. Reggie Bullock got 1. Darius Garland had 72.5. So
Reggie Bullock got 1.
1 point, bro.
That man playing, he be playing like a good ass overseas player.
Nigga, you ain't lying. In the game for them 30 minutes, and boy, nigga, you man.
How do you be playing? How do you average 28 minutes, bro? And don't be doing not a motherfucking thing. He used to be so cold. That's the thing, bro.
I know. Guess what his stat line is, bro? 0 points, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 1 rebound.
Wow, that boy going for a ultra quadruple zero single. That boy going for a zero single.
Hey, you know what? Like what? 2 days ago, Cam Reddish gave me a -3.
I saw that. I started to pick him up. I said, let me see what he did last game for 5.
Nigga,
I went to this. I said, oh, that's why 5 let his head go.
bro,
For
dog,
sure.
I tried. So you seen it was like 10, then 8, then -3, bro. I gave him like 3-4 games after you come back from injury. I said, you know what? Nope. But you know who quietly playing? Pretty nice is fucking Grimes though.
The man had a triple double zero single though. That's what he had, bro. Might had
0
zero,
steals, 0
zero,
blocks.
0, and 1. The might had a triple double zero single, bro. Know what that nigga had, bro.
Oh, they took him off the floor. Good, because he wasn't doing shit.
I ain't never seen a nigga have a triple double zero single, dog.
Bro, at least if I ain't getting like at least 10 points, bro, I'm gonna have about 10 10 boards, 5 assists. You know what I'm saying? 2 steals, a block. Like I'm gonna be doing the other cleanup shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know how nigga average a double double, triple double. This nigga average
Triple singles, nigga, quadruple O's, nigga.
triple single double. Nigga average a triple. Nigga average a motherfucking triple. What the fuck I say, dog? I forgot what the fuck I just said.
That nigga say he going for a quadruple, triple single or some shit.
Nigga average a quadruple, triple single.
Damn, laptop had died, man.
Dog, this nigga is, bro. He don't do nothing every game damn near, bro.
I know, bro. I look, bro. I already know.
He spent more time getting his dreads dyed.
What are you talking about?
Reggie Bullock.
Oh yeah, I ain't got no comment on that.
The man he had multiple games of 0-0-2.
I think one game he had like 28 or 30. I said, oh, he had a game of his life.
It's crazy how you go from a shooter, right, to being left the fuck open because niggas just don't care about you no more. That's crazy, bro. I be like, bro,
that boy lost all confidence in his game, bro.
Space Jam juice is gone. They took the aliens took his juice, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, that nigga is going through the motions like a fucked up relationship.
For real.
They just going through the motions on the court. I know the plays. I know my position where I need to be. Luka want me in this corner. He just going to his spots. I might not get it. Okay, the white Powell got the white Powell with a 30-piece McNuggets.
Reggie Bullock then got comfortable with not getting about it because when he get it, it's like he don't even know how to play no more.
Bro, he comfortable with bombing, bro. He comfortable with bombing. He is comfortable with it.
Y'all cover.
How much they paying this man to bum it up, bro?
Reggie Bullock.
They probably getting paid $10 million to bum it up, bro. Ain't that some shit?
Bro, I remember he was playing significant minutes for teams, bro. Like making buckets, making big shots, and some more shit. What the fuck happened to bro?
It's a confidence thing. That's what happened, bro. When the team get back healthy, you got everybody back, and so he just kind of fell to the wayside. I was gonna say y'all covered that last topic. Last topic we was gonna hit.
The Warriors.
Yeah, I think it was. I saw it said. What did it say?
Yeah, did you spit your piece? Yeah, me and Fi had went.
Yeah,
I think I went too. I just didn't know if there was something else for it. I couldn't remember if that was the last piece for them or not.
They need some veterans, bro. They need a veteran guard, a small forward. They need a forward and another big man that can get them 10 to 15 consistent points every night, bro. Like if you just gonna rely on Poole to be the soul of your bench, bro, you're not going nowhere, bro. That ain't gonna cut it. No. Last year, they had a good year and they got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they expected to win. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Based on the squad, I didn't think they was gonna win. They outplayed themselves. Like they played better than they probably could imagine with the team that they got set up right now.
Are you talking about in their finals? They did play their fucking mind out, nigga.
Bro, I'm looking, I'm like, bro, I wasn't expecting that shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Them niggas just went lights out. I'm like, God damn, shit. You know what I'm saying? And kudos to them. But I think them trying to duplicate that run, it ain't gonna be like that this year. It's a lot of good young teams that's building their chemistry and trying to gel by the time playoffs hit, man. It's gonna be a lot of these younger teams. Yeah.
Five is just not that though. They peaked at the right time. That's why I kept using the right word. Health, being healthy at the right time, and peaking at the health time. And they peaked and was healthy at the right time.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, even if they healthy again right now, it's gonna be hard to duplicate how hot they was, bro. I mean, they can be hot, but everybody was balling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't to do it again. I don't see it. Not with that same squad. They ain't got enough bench production.
They got hot last year. It kind of felt like the Dallas Mavericks that year with Dirk. Like I didn't necessarily think that team would go win the shit. I thought Boston was going. This what I thought was going, right? Yeah. John was mad. I was like, oh yeah, Boston go beat the Warriors this year in the finals, and then, man, you know, the Warriors just like he said, I didn't expect. They just kind of out fire, but it was like crazy. I was like, damn, they really finna win another championship. I really didn't.
That's why I left it.
I really couldn't call this one. You know what I mean? Type deal. But I did have them winning the last one. I don't got them winning this one. They surprised me with the last one, so if they win this one, they'll surprise me with this. You know what I mean? I don't think they done though. I'm just feeling like right now, looking at the teams, the Celtics look like they on a fucking mission. You know what I mean? Now, last year it was the Bucks and the Celtics that looked like they was on the mission, and that was the collision course. You know what I mean? But this year, it don't even look like the Celtics have a match. You know what I mean? Right now. And they're saying a lot, especially with, you know, the East being as good as the East is. I mean, I can't necessarily see nobody right now who y'all think meet the Celtics in the who y'all think would be the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals. Like we pretty much all agree that it's gonna be the Celtics. So who would be the team that the Celtics meet? And who y'all got coming out the West? If I go first, I would probably in the Western Conference Finals, right? I may be biased, right? But I'm thinking it's going to be either Phoenix and Golden State or Golden State and the Grizzlies like it was last year. You know what I mean? Yoda said the Warriors done. Damn, Yoda. Somebody over there, Chief Keefit.
This is the first one today. This bitch busting my back open, boy.
It's crazy.
This bitch got me start sweating like a motherfucker.
It's crazy. You over there, bro. I'm rolling up now. Yoda said the Warriors done. Yo, you at the workhouse? Yoda said the Warriors done, yo. Hey. Speaking of that, right? Shit, Philly look legit too. But I think it's gonna be the Grizzlies and the Warriors, or Warriors and Phoenix, or Grizzlies and Phoenix, you know, something like that in the West. One of those three teams. Right? And my sleeper, right? My sleeper out the West would probably be like healthy, right? Would be Portland or New Orleans. That would be one of my two sleepers. Right? Would be Portland or New Orleans. But if I had to pick one team to come out the West, right? I would probably pick the Warriors. You know what I mean? With the Grizzlies being second. Because I don't trust Phoenix. You know what I mean? I probably pick the Warriors with the Grizzlies being second. Phoenix third. The East.
And Desmond Bain. Wait till they come back.
And Jared Jackson, you know, back in the fold.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah. They got him on the game restriction, men's restriction, but you know, when they start playing him, he gonna be back. But, in the East, right? Austin will be my number one. And I got a couple teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Boston probably is going to get met by my number one team, right? To me, Boston probably would be the Cavs. Right, they'll probably be the number one team, right? I got meeting them. Yeah, Dallas be beating ass too, man. It's like Dallas do be beating ass, but I think for Luka to be able to win a ring like that in the playoffs, man, it's gonna be hard. I don't not seen one man band like that, and he wasn't really a one man band because they really let you know how squatted that Dirk team was when you look at this Luka team, right? Because this Luka team ain't nearly as squatted as that Dirk team was. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be hard for Luka to beat them teams like that. Like, okay, you need what? How many wins you need? 4, 8, 12, 6. It's gonna be hard for Luka to get 16 wins like that in the playoffs with how the playoffs is like a different season, like more grinded out. The refs let you play a little more physical, right? It's gonna be hard for everybody to get 16 wins.
Right.
That the Mavericks got to do it.
Hey, and more than that, because they gonna lose a couple games of series. So you looking at about 26,
right,
27 games possibly.
Yeah.
And my problem is we don't have another reliable, like consistent score. Like you see how Ja got Desmond Bain, bro, and you got other people that can go get 20 or something like that, bro. If Luka don't go do what the fuck he gonna do, who else gonna do it?
Yeah.
Like that shit ain't gonna work. I mean, he able to do it because he's young. People keep forgetting he came in as a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
He could do it.
But dog, that's a lot, bro. He doing it for 82 games, and then you gotta do it for at least another 20 something. Nah, bro.
It's like 108 games.
Bro, he need like a Desmond Bain type of player. They can go get you 24, 25 a game.
That's why they wouldn't got them Woody and Christian Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wood. Yeah, I like Wood.
Yeah, but who on the bench? We ain't got no bench really.
Yeah,
I think Hardaway, and that's pretty much it.
Exactly. So we kind of like how the Warriors are. We ain't got no bench to go deep. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna hurt, bro. Especially when you got back-to-back games and this season get the progress and more. Shit, bro, you gonna need some people to that can come in and ball.
That's a fact. So T, you said who do you have for the West, right?
I got think the Warriors. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Yeah,
I was just naming them off because I was gonna say I got so we got the obviously defending champs. You got to put them in there just out of a respect standpoint. I think my surprise on this one, a lot of people are gonna say, if this team is healthy, meaning Kawhi and PG is healthy, I might have to throw the Clippers in there as a potential.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw Memphis in there for sure. Healthy, I'm throwing Memphis in there. I'm gonna be biased on this one. I'm gonna say my Lakers.
I ain't want to say Lakers because I knew they was gonna say I was biased over here. So
hey, I'm admitting
we know y'all Lakers head. I don't even have no remark on it. You see what I'm saying?
And then if we throw probably one more team in there, kind of if I want to throw a fifth in there, if they healthy too, I probably would put the Pelicans. I have to agree with T. Pelican. Well, I would say the Pelicans is my only sleeper team. I ain't gonna hate or have a slight towards the Trailblazers, but I don't think they have what it takes to be able to go in there and really be a true threat. They might take a game or two off of a team, but I don't think they're gonna really be a threat to knock them out or come out the West.
Hey.
But for the Pelicans, or the teams I listed, Pelicans, Clippers, Lakers, and Grizzlies is kind of, and the Warriors is my teams where it's like any one of them teams could come out of the West. I don't think the Suns come out of the West again, personally. I think they kind of done.
Hear me out with Portland for a second, right? Healthy. Damian Lillard, Anthony Simmons.
Don't sleep on the Nuggets, bro. They getting healthy. Don't sleep on them. They got pieces and a bench. That's one of my sleepers.
I mean, you got Nurkic over there as well, or you know what I mean, type deal. I think that's Lillard, Simmons, Nurkic, some nice little nice little centerpiece, and you got Zach Collins coming. Oh no, he playing for the Spurs now. Zach Collins played for San Antonio.
Oh, yep. Hey, guess what? Reggie Bullock must have missed a shot or something. This nigga got a goose egg.
Just a couple shots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The White Powell got 34.
Yeah, Reggie
That's
Bullock
expected.
gotta be the worst player in the league that averaged over 20 minutes.
Damn near 30 minutes a game. What are you doing for 30 minutes, bro? Nigga running to the spot. You know how you play 2K and the play diagram pop up? He going to the corner spot every time. Going to the left corner, right corner. Swing around the top of the key, the right corner, swing back around, left corner. I'm like, boy, this nigga is making millions to be a prop.
That nigga shoulder prop, dog. That's what he is. That's crazy.
Yeah. That nigga's an ornament on a Christmas tree. He just there.
28 minutes and nothing. I'm at least foul out the game, bro. I ain't playing 28 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Punch somebody, put somebody, do something.
I'm gonna get a steal. I'm gonna foul out trying to get steals or something, bro. Nigga ain't just finna be in there just doing shit. I'm gonna get rebound.
And the funny part, he averaged 4.9, just about 5 points a game, 1 assist, 3 boards.
That's crazy. How do he even average that? I don't even see him doing that.
And look, 11-29, 0 points. He played 14 minutes and had zeros across all boards. Everything. -2. Then he had 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 6 points. He got 20 and a half the game after that. Then he had probably one of the best games of the season, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, was still 32 and a half. Then he dropped down to 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 0 points, 6 and a half.
Luka be out there playing a video game, dog.
Now he 14 minutes in with 1 rebound and got 0 points. The game before that, the 25 minutes and got 6 and a half. Then the 25 minutes got him 32 and a half. 22 minutes got him 20 and a half. And then every time he played 14 minutes, he played bad. The -2 game he had, guess how many minutes he played?
I mean,
14. Guess how many minutes he played tonight? 14. So if he played 14 minutes, that's just not his number, bro.
Right.
He got to go under 14 or over 14. We got to treat this nigga like a bet line.
Damn. It's crazy. That man used to be so fucking raw, like so pure. He used to have a little dribble, a little rim game, or a rim game. Like if he'll pump fake it, get to the rim, get the layup. He don't even do that.
Who y'all talking about?
Reggie.
Hey, and he make 1.2 3-pointers a game. Where?
Y'all giving this man too much credit. Without Luka, he ain't doing shit. Bouncing around with dreads and that's it.
Bro, now before he even got to Denver, though, bro, Denver. Before he even got to Dallas, bro, he used to put up some buckets, bro, some points and shit, bro. No cap, bro. Even before he got there, when he played for New Orleans.
Oh shit! For Bullock, look, he played for New York.
New York, yeah, bro. That man was, bro.
Look at this. Would you look at this?
He said Luka got 22, 10, and 10 in a third, bro. Luka, video game, bro. Stop playing 2K, bro.
That nigga's a fantasy cheat.
That nigga be playing 2K, bro.
Look at these numbers, bro. Would you look at this? Look at that.
Nah, he need to go home. He need to take his ball and go home. It's time for Reggie to take his ball and go home.
Man, this nigga is dumpster juice.
He said Detroit. What's the score?
What's the score? What, the game?
Yeah, I don't even got nobody that played in the late game.
91-86. Third quarter just ended.
Who up?
Mal.
Who up?
Mal.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was muted.
Hell no, sound like you was rolling in a goddamn cheese bag.
So I opened up this little quick snack thing. My bad, yeah.
Sound like your ass will open up a bunch of Pop-Tarts and shit.
And ball the wrapper up.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it could pick up the sound that good. These
Bro,
different
nah,
little
YouTube
headphone
Man,
catch
joints.
man, I told
catch
y'all, Luka
everything.
is a walking 100 points, bro. 93 and a half.
Hey, I remember one time I was back there talking shit to my guy one time. Queen had text the group mates like, "T, we hear your conversation."
Oh yeah.
I was like, and I ain't realized till after the conversation was over. I said, "Oh damn, damn."
There you go, Brown. You at 24 and a
Yeah,
half. There we
YouTube,
go.
YouTube catch everything, dog. Like shit, you don't even think they can. If you
Remember, I was telling y'all before how I was trying to use StreamYard and my headphones, my little earbuds or headphones wouldn't work on it, so I was having to use it out loud. I don't know what the hell happened or what I
fast,
must
you
have
go
did, but
loud
all of
and
a
hell
sudden
when you try to open that pop
it's
tart package, crush.
it
That shit
started working. No, I was like, oh yeah, no, my headphones working. I'm good now. I can hop on StreamYard anytime.
You coming from me, you just sneak pop tarts, crush. You know how loud that rapper be when you try to open them fucking pop tarts, bro.
Hey, that nigga Boban Bogdanovich, he glad to be back. That nigga went crazy today. Oh
Man,
my end.
I just signed me a nigga for the Nets. They had pulled his fucking groin. As soon as he started to get some work, I signed him back like 4 days early, just so you niggas wouldn't even steal him, be able to steal him by the time Friday come.
You talking about Yuta?
Who?
Yuta?
One ton be yep. You know one ton be
Nah, I knew about him.
yeah.
Because I was gonna do it, but I decided not to.
Nah, I said I snapped right. As soon as I saw, I said, you know what? I said, hey, what Duncan Robinson do today? Did Duncan Robinson do something today? What Duncan Robinson do? I need to see what Duncan Robinson did.
Let me take a look. Because I put him on my team, so let's see.
Yeah, I released him from my team because I wanted to sign one ton to be. I said I'm gonna go and sign
He
one.
got 13.
No,
But
okay.
that Corey Joseph pickup was key though. No, but I
What
don't know
Corey?
if anybody's paying attention. He gave
I
me
saw him back
35.
there. Yeah, 40. Damn.
He gave me 35.
Oh, 35. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I saw him. I just ain't believe him. I saw him down there.
Hey, I said some points better than no points.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna get like 13. You know what I mean? So I was like,
I expected Reeves to have more, but he only got 14 tonight. Well, that's cool.
Damn.
Now I'm about to drop some of these. I'm about to drop a bunch of them.
Yeah. My second player, LeBron did good, but Ivan and Karras had like 25 and 26. They ain't do, you know what I mean, too hot, but you know what I mean. They ain't necessarily going nowhere, but I'm most definitely Jordan Ivan coming back off injury. Karras just bullshit, right? But Jaden Ivey coming back off an injury, so I expect it to take him a couple games to get back into his normal, 40s and 50s and shit like that, 60s and shit. But yeah, they kind of, underachieved a little bit, 25 and 26. I expect 30 and 40 out of those guys. I expect 40 and 50. I expect 30 and 40 out of Karras. I expect 40 and 50 out of Jaden, but he just coming back off the injury.
Yeah. Five kick himself off, or we covered all the segments for it, and you about to switch up shops to the roll up late night edition.
Yeah, we didn't cover all them just man. We ain't gonna be in this. It's just my adopted son Jaden Adams, who I gave. Yeah, facts, man. Jaden Adams be balling, he be balling. But yeah, right, yeah, we didn't hit all the six. We didn't push that thing to 215. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump on one of these joints either tomorrow or the next day and have it so I can start chasing down some of these hours, have it on mine, try and drive some traffic over there. But like I said, I was telling my wife, if I go to Texas, man, and I'm gonna have free time on my hands, I was like, I'm gonna be live pretty much probably twice a day, damn near.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the time to be able to do it for a limited amount of time. So hell, I might have Crush. I know he be sitting on lives overnight. I'm gonna hit Crush up like, hey brother, I got a part-time job for you.
Bro, that thing up.
Yeah,
Bro,
run that.
you turn that junk on, I turn on my goddamn living room TV, let that bitch run all night. That'll be it. That'll be
Mhm.
that'll for sure be one person. I turn 2 TVs on. That's double because it don't go by 24 hours in a day. It go by how
Mhm.
long. Like say if I watch your stuff for an hour and DS watch your stuff for an hour, that's 2 watch hours. So if we both watch it for 12 hours, that's 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's how that joint works.
Yeah. So if you get another person there watching it with us, that's 36 hours. You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah,
if,
they gonna. How
if
this
three of
person
us
get
watch,
2,000 hours in 3 days?
yeah, it's very possible. I'm saying as long as you got enough people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to run that algorithm up for sure. I need that. So I'm gonna chase down them subs, chase down that. And then I started doing it for a regular standpoint of it and everything, dropping it where it's monetized for it. Start running it up. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm
We go
definitely
do
gonna be doing more lives though.
yeah. If we go do it like we gonna make it a thing, we could do it shit like shit. We did it at what 8:45. We could do it at 9, or whatever. You know,
Hmm.
we could do it like that. You know, we could do it on your joint. We could alternate however you want to do it. I know some days you might not feel like messing with it. Then shit, we could do it over here. You know what I mean? And then shit, like you said, I run in traffic over there to you. Just tell them we over there at your joint.
Yeah, sure. They probably already be like, "What the hell? A1 is live. Come over talking, talking some trash." That usually will be happening. A handful of times I done went live. First thing they do is come over to trying to get me. I'm like, "Oh man, that's what they on. They trying to get me right away, not
You talk
realizing."
shit. You talk shit to everybody, so they gotta get you when you working. But you gotta stay on task. See, you got a goal at hand, so you can't be checking. When you working.
That's why I slowed down a little bit on checking everybody. You see, I ain't did it as much. I didn't slow it down a little bit because I'm like, all right, I know the direction I'm headed. I gotta start putting a suit and tie on, so then that way when I walk through a certain area, they ain't gonna be like, oh, hey, get him. Instead, they gonna be like, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah,
I need to be able to drive. I need to be able to drive around cops knowing I got a valid license instead of, you're not valid. Your heart beating out your chest. You worrying. You see people, they look nervous. Both hands on the steering wheel, seatbelt extra high up on you. You sitting all the way up on the steering wheel. I done seen some funny stuff, man. I just be cracking up. I'm like, yeah, he ain't got no driver's license. Looking nervous as hell. I guess we should have asked D Free to tell a story on that because I know he done seen it. The D Free type, like he told he told us when he was messed up. When he was messed up, he said he turned his lights on and sat behind the person for 20 minutes, didn't even get out the car, and then drove off. Man, that's insane, bro. Like I couldn't imagine if that happened to me, man, I'd be mad as hell. I guess I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if I should be mad or happy at the same time. I wouldn't even know how to feel about it. But yeah, he got kicked off his own live.
good. No, I ain't got nowhere. I mean, it's
Oh,
goddamn far. He said, "Can't go
yo, over there resetting some bets, huh?
Yeah, now all them joints, I didn't lost every fucking thing. Really for the
Oh,
day on them
damn.
joints. I lost everything about 9 motherfucking 30, man.
We.
Son of my bitch. It's always tomorrow though, man. It ain't never. I'm really just pushing this jump to about 2:30 now. Yeah, this pop.
Nah, you good. Do what you gonna do, brother. I was gonna say it because all thing I'm about to do is hop up in the shower, hit these sheets, hope these kids stay asleep for the rest of the night, and get up and repeat and do it all tomorrow.
But I'm sure about to lay down my goddamn self. Nigga said I'm just playing. I'm sure about to lay down my goddamn self in a minute. That's why I'm sure I'm sitting up. Uh,
I just read DS message. That's funny.
yeah. Nigga said I'm just playing. Say Milwaukee Bucks might win the championship again. They ain't
Hey,
gonna get past Boston. They ain't gonna get past Boston, but they got a shot. They got a shot. I don't see
yeah,
them.
it's a two-man race in over in the East, man. That Bucks team is stacked. That Celtics team is stacked too. All that come down is coaching, chemistry, and the quote unquote others. That's gonna be the difference makers.
Malcolm Brogdon, the emergence of Marcus Smart, right? I don't see them losing on top of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, man.
Yeah.
Not 4 times. You have to be locked the fuck in to beat that team 4 times. Only team, right, who could do that is fucking like Golden State, because you gotta have a nigga like Steph, a nigga like Clay. And then you gotta have a nigga like Clay who unlock his shit. You know what I mean? That's the only way you gonna be able to beat that team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or if the Nets reach their full potential, Ben Simmons, Kyrie, and KD, you know what I mean? But then again, they still got the big man question and that. But man, them when they get down to the playoffs, when they really get down to it, that's when you know them stars matter. You know what I mean? That's when the stars really matter. They
Yep.
get stuck.
And I say, yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, you go need motherfuckers to take over who comfortable taking over that game. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of these teams like the Cavaliers, because you're right, they got Donovan Mitchell, right? But Donovan Mitchell ain't never really, and he done been in the playoffs. He done played damn good, but he ain't never, won that
Yeah, he
playoffs.
ain't won it. He was going head to head with Jamal Murray though. That was an exciting ass series to watch.
And he was up in that series if you look at it. You know what I mean? So it's still questions that the Cavaliers got to prove. It's still a team, no question that teams like Memphis got to prove. Their team, they get to the Western Conference Finals, but can't quite get over that hump. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Type it out. They lost to Golden State. Jai got hurt, right? But they was down before Jai got hurt anyway, so that ain't no excuse. You know what I mean? So those young teams, they still got things to prove. I'm more so lean towards the teams with Jason Tatum and Brown. They young guys, but they not NBA rookies. They've been in the league multiple years. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and they work on their game too.
Yeah,
That's a
and
fact.
that team and their core been together for years. You know what I mean? I feel like they peaking at the right time, and not like during the season, but at the right time in their growth as a team. I feel like the Celtics peaking right now. Like they good. They've been good for a couple years now. You know what I mean? The way that they playing, the direction they going, I see that team winning the championship. I see them getting the series and talking about how they came together, got drafted their rookie year. You know what I mean? They spoke together, they improved, they lost the finals, then they came back and won one. You know what I mean? I can see that story already. You know what I mean? The Lakers just won the ship. Who right behind the Lakers? Y'all know what's going on, man.
Oh yeah, they need that.
Yeah, I know what's going on, man. Can't let them get too far away.
Hey, it's already too late, man. We're gonna run that purple and gold. We're gonna run them numbers up, man. Ain't
Yeah, we
nobody
do,
gonna catch
DS.
us.
Yeah, we do, DS. Nice little weekend. I'm gonna do them predictions probably tomorrow or Thursday for sure.
Tomorrow for the fights.
Yep.
Man, it's it's been a while since I said I done been excited about some fights, but man, I was hearing about. I watched what was it, Ashley's Corner video on the fight card, and obviously heard just doing the rest of the guys cook on it 5 minutes. Man, I was like, oh, I did not know we had this many fights of
Yeah.
that kind of talent. Man, I was excited. Started getting all anxious about it.
Yeah, that card made the top rank card. The Tia female card. Yep, they dropped.
And I think I even said it. I said it in her chat to And one of the guys responded to it. I said, man, I was like, I feel bad for Bud. This is how ESPN gonna do him. They gonna put that kind of fight card on. I was like, yeah, Bob and them making sure that that Bud, you know what I'm saying, his first little thing without them, that it ain't gonna sell them by putting on a card like that on the same night. And then ain't there another card that's on like that same night too besides the ESPN card, or is that it? I swear there was like a different fight or something else that's playing that night. I don't think it's UFC. It's something else that's on too, I thought, or is it literally just that ESPN card?
Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it's another boxing card. I couldn't tell you which one it was. I mean which one it is, but I think it is some more. It's some more. Sandor. Okay, yeah, Sandor fight. Tio. Right? Sandor.
Yep.
Who else fight? Oh yeah, Bud Crawford. Yeah, Bud Crawford and his card. Yep, that's Saturday.
And then you had Tank come out with his fight card that he got on and stuff, and it's like, man, like it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. That just is his own kind of, like I said, it's his own beast of just looking at. Again, they had their press conference. You got Boots up there, you got all them Andre signing, and obviously you got Tank up there. Like it's like, man, cool or not cool boy stuff. Rashidi Ellis, all those guys just. Like just seeing a fight card like that, knowing it's gonna be following right behind, you know what I'm saying, Buzz fight card, and then this ESPN fight card that's on the same day. I'm like, man, they put some pressure without really putting pressure. I know them two don't really go and hand in hand with each other, but if you look at it from a standpoint of people gonna compare them fight cards, people gonna compare what kind of moves people was making, the draw of the card. You know what I'm saying, what kind of thing that they putting together with it, or the network they working with and stuff like that. People gonna look at that kind of stuff. But I would say for the sake, just because to see, you know what I'm saying, Blue be successful in his first run at this whole thing, man. I hope it do good from that perspective of it. But outside of that, it's like, yeah, I don't really, I ain't really got too much else to say about that. I'm just wishing the brother success and his business partners and his venture. Hope everything worked out and is successful for him.
Hopefully, Lakers. Oh man, AD went down today, man.
Huh?
He said hopefully the Lakers can stay performing at this level. I said AD went down with a little
bug.
a little illness today.
Yeah.
So that team gotta stay healthy, man. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. You know what I mean? This thing we hit the 2 hour later mark. Appreciate y'all folks that do this thing. We gonna come back tomorrow. You know what I mean? And hit y'all with another come on. We go get together on the time. You know what I mean? We gonna try to do this jump as often as we can on my channel, on his channel. You know what I mean? We'll try to give y'all a set time, give y'all, something to look forward to, you know what I mean? Stay up for, you know what I mean, type deal. But appreciate everybody sliding through this jump. My brother A1, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, you already know what it is, man. Shout out to the TWT team, everybody that came through to check us out and support us, man. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you're watching the replay on it, make sure you hit it either way. Sub to the brother channel. Y'all see the brother on his way to getting the 3.3K. Make sure y'all sub to the channel, support, man. It's free. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you something. It's just a mutual respect and you expect people to have nowadays. But I guess you got to tell them more than once for them to get it. But yeah, man, we gonna be on this basketball content. You already know my brother T, as Ricky Williams, my other TWT fam, always calling the TNN, cover everything, anything under the sun. So make sure you tune in. But no, that's all I got, brother. Appreciate you having me on, man. For sure, it's been a blast.
Yeah. Appreciate you. It's getting hard away certainty, man. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.